Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to maybe not the most exciting of streams, I guess, because we're just going to be giving feedback today. We're not actually going to play the maps. We're not going to play the games because the thing is they've been accumulating. Let's put it that way. We've got roughly 30 maps that are still waiting on feedback. Okay, 30 maps. Even if we translate that into streams, that would be like at least 7 streams or something. So. Yeah, I thought about it. I'm like, okay, these guys, they deserve their feedback. So I might as well just do a dedicated stream to giving just that feedback. We open up the map in World Builder and I give some, some feedback essentially for the mappers that they can use if they want to. It's up to them. And yeah, so I have a long list of maps that I got downloaded now. So we'll check it out. Let me show you guys World Builder here. There we go. So this is Aqua, a Paradise by Camarade Lenin. There is also Alpine Delivery, but apparently I already played that one. So, you know, that's why I'm going to go alphabetically here in this list of maps. I hope you guys can see it. But these are the maps I'm planning to cover. If I already covered one of the maps, I'm just going to go to the next one, okay? Because, you know, lots of maps. But anyway, so this one's by Camarade Lenin. That's a nice 8-player map. So, as you can see, it's very nice. We got some funky things going on over here. That I quickly want to talk about. So you might be like, what the hell? Why is there a dam here? This is not a dam, okay? This is not a dam. It looks like a dam, but it is not a dam. It is a nice effect to create the water, you know, the nice little water flow that happens with the dam. So if you just like, why are there random dams? It's not a dam. It's just water. So I'm guessing it'll flow off the top here or something. I'm sure it looks really cool. He's got a really nice, cool aqueduct thing going on here. Very nice, you know, creativity points, right? So that's very cool. I'd love to see it in game, but honestly, we got a lot of maps to cover today. So if there are some players, guys, if there are some players, or if there are some streamers, guys, check out these maps and let me know so I can add it. I can add your stream to the World Builder contest playlist because yes, there's a playlist. So for example, Markar has done a stream where he's covered some of the maps as well. That has been added to the playlist. And guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check it out. It's on my channel. Scroll down a little bit. You'll see World Builder Contest playlist. And there's Markar's stream. You can click it from there. Let's see. TKLyo says, why not cover the map in-game with unlimited FPS? That's not a bad point, I guess. Might be better than checking World Builder. You know, TKLyo, you might be absolutely right there. You might be absolutely right. You know what? I think I'll take TKLyo's advice, guys. What do you think? So, let me close this. Let's fire up the game. Let's do it. Let's do it like that. And I could check it out in single player and then get the zoom to be nice and high. Wait. Zoom height. Damn it. Wait, it's my automated script. Stop, I need to control. Okay, there we go. Zoom height, we crank it up, something insane. Okay, 1000. And we go back. Single player. And then I guess I can just pick any map. Okay, so we'll start... Well, I started with an 8-player map now. Might as well... I at least want to continue that one, right? And then I'll continue with the 4-player ones. So that was this one. Alright, let's do it, let's do it. Yeah, I guess we could crank up the FPS if I'm just going to play on my own. And then, let me sell my CC so everything looks... There we go, this is what I'm talking about, right? Like, it's not a dam, you get something like this. Look how cool this is. Oh my god. That is so cool. I have to say, really creative, really cool concept. So, yeah, definitely nice creativity points here. So yeah, let's see. You've got your starting location. You start here, supply in between the players and an oil. Very interesting. Okay, so you basically have your main supply. Then you have like a bit of a quite an unsafe supply here. Let's see. So that's 3 piles. They're the normal cash money, right? Yeah, not changed. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool concept, to be honest. This fire base thing or artillery platform, not entirely sure about because whoever's got this will stop the other team, like the other side, from collecting. So if you have this captured, then a guy here with workers or supply trucks simply can't collect. So I don't know about this. I think I would remove it, to be honest. Maybe what would be nicer is if you can leave the top piles here, but maybe move these piles a little down here, something like this, where it's sort of safe, right? So you have to always keep in mind the USAs and their Chinooks. So if Chinook is collecting over here, a quad might be able to fire from this point, but not from over here, okay? You can't have a quad here shooting at a Chinook that's collecting from here. That would not be fair. You got to keep it fair. But like once you cross that middle line, if there's a quad right there, yeah, fine, fair enough. You know, the player will have to just build a firebase, something here. The reason I think it would be nicer if you move this down is that you create sort of like a slightly safer supply. Because right now you have one safe supply and nothing else is really safe, essentially. Because this is sort of unsafe. This is also unsafe. And the player will most likely go for these crates because they're kind of closer, right? They're closer than the supply dock. And if you put it over here, it's also a bit out of the way. So if you have an army right now, it looks like you're going to get some bunkering going on here. Because of these crates, they're a bit in the way. If you open this up by moving this down here, you have a bit more maneuvering space. Armies can go through and things like that. This thing, I would just get rid of. This, I guess, is okay. The supplies here, what is it? 30k, yeah, that's fine. Base sizes look quite decent, quite big. Don't know if they're too big, to be honest. And yes, you guys probably like, oh no, not again. You're talking about the sizes. But man, size is like half the battle, honestly. Middle looks cool. Looks very nice. They're very cute. You have cliffs here. What I would suggest is there is one thing where it's not fully balanced. And that is here you have cliffs. So you can send combat bikes. You can send them over, but over here on this side, you can't send a combat bike to this player. There's water all the way cutting this off, as well as over here. So, maybe this bit of mountain, extend it to be like covering all the way up in the hill until here. And then make sure a bike can pass along here. I'm pretty sure it can. And then connect this bit as well. I think that would be nice, because that way it sort of gives players the opportunity to use bikes, you know, to both left and right and left and diagonal, right? Yeah, and I would say for the rest, the map's nice. Got some nice texturing going on, but there's still quite a few places that are just plain texturing. I don't know if this is a fully finished version of the map. We do see things like bushes, so I do think the guy is closing in on how ready it is, right? But over here, we just got one big area that's just a single texture. I think it would be nice to see a bit more variation. I like the thing done with the road here. But sometimes it doesn't really fully look right. Like, I guess because here it's like edging off. I don't know. But overall, I think it's nice. Yeah. Looks like an interesting map. Should have some good games on there. Maybe over here. If you take all this, what I'm highlighting, and just make it impossible. Like make a mountain or something. Like, just to make the base a little bit smaller. I think that would be good. Yeah, I think that would be good. In a way, I think this is also pretty cool, because you have this oil refinery that's really in the way. Like, if you think about it, it's in the way. But it's also kind of cool that it is, because if you have Humvees and stuff, you can just drive around it here. And, like, you can still attack a guy. So, you know, gameplay-wise, I think it's pretty good. Okay, so this is Aqua Paradise by Camarade Lenin. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. I want to ask you something. So I downloaded CNC Generals 0 hour lately, and I'm having terrible lag while playing blah blah blah. Are you playing on Twilight Flame? Because that is always the next question one should ask. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Let's actually just start at the top, guys. Let's start at the top. One-Eyed Jacks version 3. Now, I really wanted to cover this map. Honestly, I really wanted to. Because Marakar covered it in his stream, and I'm not entirely sure of whether I agree with his comments. Like, so basically, we have some nice changes. Wait a minute. Is this already different from what Marakar had? I think it is. So I checked out version 1 of this map. I think Marakar checked out version 2, because I'm noticing there's supplies here. One of the things I was going to suggest was some supplies. Okay. Alright, so the thing is, before, I don't know if you guys remember, in the very first version, there were big supply docks where these 4 oils are. And then there were 8 oils in the middle. And it was just a little overkill, right? Just a little bit on the oil, on the money, on the everything. And now the second change that I saw, so this one's a bit new to me, right? Second change that I saw was just the oils here. And that was it. like there were no piles. And Marco was saying like, oh, it would be nice if you have some piles, because then as a China, you know, it kind of gives you something to go for, because he's like, you know, as a China, you could send out your Red Guard to capture the oil or something, but that's all you're really gonna do. And he's like, on top of that, even Red Guard are not the best unit for capturing oil, because, you know, GLA might just have a tunnel, pop a technical, kill your Red Guard, or USA might be in the area with a Humvee, they just quickly stop an oil grab, things like that, right? So yeah, that was his feedback. And he said it would be nice also to have some supplies. So I see some supplies added. What I was thinking, okay, like this could work. The only thing I would say is it's not very good for a USA. I mean, unless you're this USA, right? So if you're here, if you're USA, you could try and collect this, even though you already have a second supply. So you have 2 supplies. Would you really expand to the 3rd? I don't know, but I guess you could. It is something that you can then fight over. I guess this is okay as well. I don't know about 4 piles, though. 4 might be a bit much. 3 might be better. But what I was actually thinking is, please do bear with me, because there are some different changes. I don't know if it's better or worse what I'm suggesting. Again, I'm not telling you to do this. Your map, you got to decide. If you're not sure, check in with other people and see what they think about it. But what I was going to suggest is you put 2 cache piles here, literally where these huts are. Instead of these huts, you put 2 piles. And then, like, 2 piles, like, here on this backside, okay? And then you also expand the size of this thing just a little bit more, that you can fit in, and the supply center, and maybe like a China war factory or something. So, you know, this one I do think I should show in World Builder. Screw it. Let me show you in World Builder what I'm talking about, because I think it's a little easier to kind of get my point across. Again, guys, you have to understand, I'm not telling him to do it like this. It's not like, oh, you must do it like this. It's still his own map, but it's just a suggestion. So let me put the right... There we go. And it was JHG, One-Eye Jacks. Right. So if you take this one, for example, what I would suggest is maybe get rid of this one. Put 1 small pile here, 1 small pile here. Something like this. And the idea is that you don't really chase after these piles and try and build supplies and shit. It's just, if you already have the other 2 piles, it would go somewhere like here. If you build a supply center here, for example, then once these are done and collected, your trucks will start long distance collecting from here. So it's still a bit more extra cash. So China might just be like, yeah, okay, fine. I'm okay with this. Let me see, how high is this? 61.8 height. Okay, so let's see. Wait, no, it was 61 feet. Okay, 61. Okay, so you just open this up a little bit. Doesn't even have to be too much, just a little bit. Let me just texture to kind of get the point across. Wait, need to see. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so something like this, I was thinking, because then you could build a supply center, you can build maybe 1 war factory or something, and at the same time you make the player base a little bit smaller. It's not that much, but this is what I was thinking, okay? And that's it, that's it. What you have over here, I don't think is bad as such, but I would probably suggest changing it to 3 supply piles. Over here, if you're gonna put a hut, you gotta do some testing to see, like, if instead you want to stick with the hut, I mean. You gotta do some testing, you gotta see if it can fire at the oil, and if so, it needs to match for every oil. So yeah, also, it's looking a little darker, the map. I don't know about you guys. Does it look a little darker? Just a little? Maybe just a little. I guess it's okay. How does it look for you guys on stream? Tell me. Always good information as well, because sometimes when you play with the lighting settings of a map and it gets a little too dark, then it can also become a bit of a problem, right? Because people will be like, I can't see anything. Because there are some people with some pretty horrible displays out there, and they can't see shit, guys, honestly. Alright, so let's go to the next one, which is Sleeping Serpent. Okay. This is, or did we already check this one? Let me see. Where's this? Yeah, I think we already checked this one. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything's changed here. Yeah, so this one we already checked on stream before. So let's skip that one. And let's go to Alpine Delivery. We also did. Butterfly version 4. I think we did as well. cncHD says color is okay. Esmagoli says a little lighter is better. Yeah. Okay, so this one, did we do this one? I think so. I think this was the game where I was tank versus Markar. Yeah. So, okay, already done as well. Okay, yeah, some of the maps are duplicate, but trust me, there's still a lot of maps that need to get covered here, guys. Castrop Rauxel version 3. Did I check this one? I don't think I checked this one. And this one was by blazynG Trails. Yep. Let's see. Did we do this? I think there was... Yeah, I think this is a new version because there used to be a building here or here or something. That got removed. Okay, so generally just looking at this, I think it's... Oh, right, and I saw this one also getting played on Markar's stream. Right, so one thing Markar said, okay, is that if you have a 4-way free-for-all, all 4 ways, it should be identical, right? So what he said is here you have like a different section compared to down below, and he's like, yeah, I would advise against it. In all fairness, as long as you can create like a quadrant and you can flip it and rotate it and whatever, then it's fine. So a map like this is fine because each player will have half access to this and half access to this, if you get what I mean, right? Over here, for example, it's already a bit less because, well, I guess over here it's okay as well because each player has like half of that middle oil essentially, right? So then it's a bit more okay. However, the biggest thing is that it does make people go like, okay, what is worth more money, right? So let's have a quick look. You got 4 piles here, but over here, if you secure the oil, you got 2 plus 2, right? So some players might say like, okay, I'll go here. Also, you have money over here, which is closer to the oil down below. So in that sense, it might again entice people say, okay, down here, there's just more going on. So let's just, I don't know, as a GLA, we get a tunnel up here, we get a tunnel up here, and we get all the cash, you know, and that in itself is worth more than going this way. So in a way, he's not wrong. It can create a bit of a meh, but if you do something cool over here and you want to do something else that's cool over here, but it's somewhat equal value, then go for it. The last thing we want, though, is a 1v1 plus a 1v1. So don't make it too much like, oh yeah, the top 2 are always going to fight each other and the bottom 2 are always going to fight each other. You can make it a little different, alterations and shit, but don't make it that every game is going to be the top 2 playing and the bottom 2 playing against each other as well. So yeah, there is that to keep in mind. So in this situation, let's see. I'm just thinking about all the 3 armies here, right? The USA will want the oil. There's nothing really to capture over here. Also, this is slightly lower, so slightly easier to reach, I guess. I'm not sure if it really makes a difference. Probably doesn't make a difference. But probably the US will try and secure this because it's easier for them to get oil. And once they've secured this, they might be able to get a supply up in the back and long distance collect. The China will probably also go towards the right because these are very close supply piles. So first dozer, I mean, the first supply you get up is over here. Second supply over here. That means you get a war factory here, and it's going to be facing this direction. So that's going to force sort of a 1v1 for the China player. In all fairness, the same could happen up here. But there is still the cash down here in the oil. I still would imagine it's more likely to go this way. The GLA, though, they probably will just take the path of least resistance. They'll probably just send out a worker, worker. And if they find no resistance over here, they'll just take it. And if they find no resistance over here, they'll just take it and maybe take this as well. So yeah, there is that to keep in mind. So let's see. What would make more sense? What you could maybe do... Maybe instead of the... And, okay, interesting. Let me see who made Coconut Island. Let's have a quick look here. The mapper of Coconut Island is... I'm looking. It is ArcticDolphin. All right, nice. So, let's see what we have over here. So, we start down below. Oh, shit. Come on. We start down below. We got our main supply. 30k. Very nice. Got some grass huts, got an oil. Grass huts, oil. We got 5 cash piles. That's quite a few. But only on this side. Yeah, okay. So here we have a similar thing going on as a previous map. Because look, you got cash piles here. And you got cash piles here, right? So if you start here, you know, if you check the flow of the player... Wait, still dead, people saying. How's it? What? How's it dead, guys? It's... Okay, let's sort out the stream first. Let's sort it out. Wait, maybe I could try and stream to the different YouTube server. Just give me a moment. People saying it works now. Yeah, but it's getting a little ridiculous if it works and then doesn't work. Let me switch to different YouTube. Okay, how is it, guys? Tell me. We sorted. Okay, people in the chat. I don't trust you, man. Don't snake me. Tell me the truth. If you can see the stream, do random emojis in the chat. I don't care. Do random stupid emojis. Do like an emoji of a bear or an emoji of a fox or something. I need some confirmation here, guys. I need confirmation. Like, tell me. Come on. Random emojis. I'm not seeing them. I'm just seeing people crying. cncHD says it's working. Where are your emojis, man? Where are your emojis? Okay, people still saying it's fine. I still don't see emojis, man. I ain't gonna start until I see emojis. I need to see the flood, like a flood of chat. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. TKLyo. Ah, there. Oh, lovely emojis. Beautiful. We got the bears. We got the cats. Yay. Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right. So let's do it. Let's do it. Right. So this is a Coconut Island by ArcticDolphin, right? What I was saying before YouTube rudely cut me off. Oh my god. Was that over here we're having a bit of a 1v1 plus 1v1 situation as well. So, look, you start over here with your main thingy. Actually, let me restart so I see the command center placement. Okay, command center placement is fine. I thought it was maybe a little close. But basically what's going to happen is you're going to, you know, of course, get your main supply. Where's your dozer going to go next? It's going to go over here. You're going to get that second supply going. And it's important that you get that second supply. You want that second supply. Which means you're already sort of angling towards facing this guy, right? So in this map, we're going to have a right side, like the bottom right versus the top right, and a bottom left versus the top left. And how the map is laid out, there is no reason for these piles not to be over here, right? And, you know, like these piles would then be correct, and these piles would then have to go over here. If you know what I mean, right? You guys get what I'm talking about, right? That would make more sense from a free-for-all perspective, rather than now, you can literally even see on the minimap, it's like, you're more likely to gonna have, like, the right side fighting a 1v1 and the left side fighting a 1v1. Let's see, for the rest. Got some cash in the middle. It seems to be okay. There aren't that many oils, though. So one thing is, right now, the absolute best you can get from the start is 2 oils. Just 2. The capture building upgrade costs 1,000. So... yeah, are people going to take that risk of maybe not even getting any oils at all, right? It's a bit of a So if you're going to put tech buildings in, like oil derricks and shit, then make sure you have enough of them in there that people will actually go for the capture building and stuff. So what you could do, situation like this, a map like this, you got your main base, put a safe oil maybe. Or put an oil... let's see... your CC is over here. I don't know, I'm just kind of thinking, like, what would be nice. I think if you put also oils in the middle, I think that might be too much. The oil refinery in the middle is nice. In theory, you could change this out for another, like, normal oil derrick, but one oil derrick in the middle, people generally don't care about it that much. The 3 piles like this, I like it, to be honest. I think it's nice. Yeah, I think that's nice. I don't know. Regarding the oils, I don't know. Maybe just 1 extra safe oil in the base would be enough to motivate people to get a capture upgrade. As Magoli thinks the same. He's like, yeah, man, safe oil with a hut. Yeah, I like the huts. But yeah, when it comes to balance and gameplay, I think this map could work out. So I'm quite zoomed out at the moment. Let me show you guys what it looks like more zoomed in. Zooming, right? Okay, so the opening here is quite decently sized, quite decent, quite big. Yeah. One thing I would maybe do is the supply is quite close here to your command center-ish. You can just move it back. So you can literally place the supply like maybe here, touching the water even. That allows you to have a bit more space in the base, like building things like airfields, stuff like that. And I think that would be good. You could put maybe like oil next to this, right? So you put the supply, let's say here. No, wait. You put supply, let's say. Come on! Let's say you put supply like that. Put the oil right next to it. But then make sure you stick to that every time, like every quadrant. So if you put the oil on the right here, and on the top spot, the oil needs to go on the left of the main supply. So you gotta keep that in mind. For the rest, I would say, yeah, it's balanced. Looks interesting. Of course, guys, remember, there's only 2 weeks left. So you gotta get on the texturing and the mountains and waves. Definitely would be nice on this island. Yeah, for the rest, I think it's pretty decent. Okay, let's go to the next one. Can you build on the tiny island? No, one should not be allowed to build on the tiny decorative islands. That is not good. That is not a good idea. Okay, let's see what else you guys are saying. The color reminds me of chocolate. Yeah, it reminds me of that Mario level, Chocolate Island. Oh my god. Yes, I play Super Mario. Fuck you guys. I'm old, alright? I'm old. Deal with it. Okay, next one is gonna be Crumbling Alliance. I think this one was by cncHD, right? He's in the chat. He can confirm. Let's see what we have here. I hope I have the latest version. So very nice map here. Very detailed already. I already have some questions. I gotta play this to see.
New construction.
So can I build down here? Yes, I can. Okay. Wait, let me sell. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Because generally you get the feeling like you can't really build here, but I guess you can. Yes, true cncHD map. Yeah, man, it looks great. Just having a think, space-wise. Let's say this is impossible area. Would that cause a problem with how much space there is for your base? I think it's okay. Oh, he's saying next version, the place behind the supply will be blocked. Right, so this area, I guess. Okay, if you do that, make it clear, though, to the players. Because usually if you see a fence like this, players, they go a little like, wait, can I pass it? Can I not pass? Like, what's going on? So, like, make it, like, clear that when you look at it first glance, you're like, okay, yeah, hell no, I'm not going to be able to pass there. So, one trick would be just kind of, like, put a small, thin layer of, like, big rocks. Okay, I know I'm contradicting myself, but, like, for example, something like that, where you look at it, take one glance, and like, okay, yeah, that's off limits. Yeah, okay, I can't go there. Or what you can do is raise the terrain, for example. That might be a trick. So just kind of, like, you have this already, like, height increasing. You could maybe, like, almost like a asphalt platform-ish. I don't know. Think of something. You're a smart guy. You'll figure it out. But, like you look at it, take one glance, and you're like, okay, I know I can't go there. And right now, the first thing I did, I opened the map, I scroll down, I'm like, wait, can I go there? Because these supplies are very nicely outside of this fence, and this is outside the fence. So that's why. No train. Yeah, generally avoid trains. Unless, like, literally they're for decorative. But even then, they can be a bit disturbing depending on the frequency and where they are. Like, a map that did a good job on the train, I would say, is the standard 1v1 map, Final Crusade. Where you have, just in the very corner of the map, I think, that decoratively every 20 seconds or so, the train just passes literally just through the corner of the map and disappears. I think that is a good way to put in a train. Like, just if you're there, if you're scouting, or I mean, if you're browsing or observing the game, that's the thing. If you're observing the game, you're like, oh, lol, cute, look at the train. That's fine. Now let's actually talk a bit about the map here. I think this is cool. I think that's very cool. I think this is very cool. This is a very nice tactical hut here. This is a very important hut. I like it. So it kind of guards your oil, but at the same time kind of guards this section as well. That being said, though, it is a very important hut. It is very crucial. Because basically what's going on here is go out 2 piles, 3 piles, 2 piles. What might be better is if you just put 2 of 4 piles. Maybe. Right? Maybe. Let's see what else. L-Ab says, put a train. cncHD saying, next version will have more beautiful mountains. Ooh, looking forward to it, man. The hut was your idea. Oh, this one. Oh. I don't... Listen, just so you guys know, I have a terrible memory. Sometimes I've in the past given people suggestions, and it's like, you know, it's like, oh, wow, it's actually a really terrible idea, but I would have been the one to suggest it. But this I like. I think it's cool, because a lot of importance goes to this hut, which in a way gives a map character, right? You got to play it to the map, not just do a standard build order. Like, you know, if you're a DEFCON player, you would be like, oh yeah, and this goes here, this goes there. You know, you try a different map, it's like, it needs to be, you need to adapt your build. So, I think if you put if you put 4 piles here, 4 piles here, and then remove this, I think it would be better, because you would open up a second sort of way. So like this hut becomes important, but you can still get attacked over here. So let's say a player really invests in securing this hut and securing this section. You can still get attacked from another way. They can still get attacked this way as well. And that is like the thing of flow. You can sort of let the player play the map the way they want to play it, looking at everything and things like that. Let's see. Steven says the train on the vanilla map can totally fuck your army. That's in CNC Generals. In 0 Hour, the 0 Hour version of the map, the 1v1 map, they actually removed the train, so it doesn't hit your army anymore. They probably got complaints. Let's see. cncHD says I put it based on your feedback. Lol, sorry. The middle supplies, which are currently in a line, will be moved into block formation. Right, so you mean these, right? So yeah, like this. I think that might be better. Or you mean these? Which supplies do you mean? The middle, or in between the players' middle? Let's see, what else? Would USA be able to collect from the middle at all? Asks Esmagoli. That's a good question. Well, these probably not, but the USA is more likely to go for the oil. See, actually, even here, we don't have that many oils. We just have 3 oils is the max you can access. And they can all get denied. So, similar to the previous map, I think if you put just 1 extra safe oil in the base somewhere, it could be in the back, could be on the side. I think that might be nice. You can even put 1 here or something, right? To help the Chinas. And, you know, something like that. In between the players' middle. Right. The supply, which are currently in a line, will be moved into blocks. Yeah, I think that's better. So just 4 piles, and keep this open so you can move your army through. But generally, I'll be very curious about the gameplay on this map. I think it will be... I think the beginning will become very aggressive. Then you'll get sort of like a defender's advantage once you've got this. So like a GLA will just build a few tunnels here and be like, hell no, you ain't coming in. We'll probably see games where a Dragon Tank will just sit here spewing a firewall down, like easily saying, nope, my oil. And maybe even some new cannons here to potentially harass, like if there's a tunnel down below. Like we'll see some interesting plays happening, I think. We got some buildings here. And this is this kind of thing I said before as well, right? You don't need to have exact perfect quadrants. So here we have a variation happening where there's piles here, there's piles here, not necessarily piles here. But I don't think these piles will absolutely dictate the game, where this guy's like, oh no, I'm definitely going to go for these piles because, you know, blah, blah, blah. I don't think so. I don't think it'll be an impact that's big enough because it's quite difficult to already get here. It will probably play a role, but I don't think it's that bad, to be honest. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 piles. Let's take out our trusty calculator. 7 piles is a 26k. So that is pretty close to a standard one. So that is 1 small supply pile short of a standard 30k supply dock. You could leave it as small supplies. You could also put it as a supply dock. I guess the advantage of small supplies in this case is that once it mines out, you sort of have more movement speed over this section of the map, which would be nice for larger armies. So I guess, yeah, in that sense, small supply piles are nicer. I don't know about this many, though. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 7. 7 is quite a few. 7 is quite a few. I don't know. Got the random oil in the middle as well, but I think that's okay. Yeah, I'm just kind of thinking about this. You don't want it to be too few piles, because you want people to actually care. I get it. Maybe 5? 5 is still pretty decent, I think. So that's like... This is around 20k then, right? I think 5 might be nice. What about 7? Check maybe with some other people, like who do a lot of free-for-all and shit, and be like, hey, what do you think? 5 or 7? Something like that. But yeah, generally, I think it's a very nice map. The details are already very good. And you've added sounds. Lovely. Good stuff. Yeah, not much left to say, to be honest. It's pretty cool. And to be honest, I think this map needs some games played on it, though. So I'm wondering if this might be just slightly too small. Like, again, I'm just thinking here, right? I'm not making even a suggestion at this point. Just kind of thinking aloud. Like, what if this was slightly bigger? You could maybe put like a war factory here, maybe a little more comfortable. Because now you might be able to put one war factory. I'm guessing. Actually, you know what? Let's just test it out. Let's test it out. Let's play as China, because I'm thinking from a China point of view, right? 3CG. Meow. Yeah, the cat sound. Oh shit! Wait, no! Change the map. No, that's not what I wanted. What about 5 oils in the middle, no supplies? No. It's then you get back to what Markar was saying. Like, it's always good to have a couple of supplies, particularly for the Chinas. So let's see, China. Okay, let's just high speed do this. Send my dozer down below. Right, so we have 3 piles here. But I'm guessing a lot of Chinas will ignore these piles until later. So, if I build a war factory here... Yeah, this is what I thought, looking at the distance. So, you can build this here, but look at this. If I build it, like, right in between those two, I'm pretty sure... If I build another one back here... Leggy, are we gonna play a game in the end? No, man, I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm trying to get through the maps. Because they've been waiting on feedback for weeks now. So, you know. Let's see, does the gat go through it? Yeah, this is what I mean. So the gat goes around it. So, maybe a tiny bit of an increase. Like, honestly, it could be literally just enough to have maybe 1 Overlord pass. Let's see. I don't know if that would interfere. Again, you're gonna have to make that call and decide. But I think it might be nice. Just have it slightly bigger. Because now I literally just did it at an angle, right? Like at a 90-degree angle facing to the left. There's a cat in the middle of the map. Little Easter egg. Really? Wait, let's get a licks out or a mid. So let's park this guy over here. Yeah, so I think... Yeah, if you shift everything... If this mountain basically starts here, let's say, that might already be enough. You know what I mean? Let's see. Yeah, so if the mountain starts like here, that should already be enough, I think. But again, you'll have to make that decision. And see what you prefer. And maybe check in with some other people as well. There's some really nice people also at the Discord who are giving feedback and stuff. So where's that cat, huh? What, is it in here? Shall I, shall I napalm it? The hut. What, this? Let's see. Okay, cat gone. Animal cruelty. Alright, so let's see. Let's go to the next one. Desert Airfield. Alright, let's check out Desert Airfield. Version 2. Let me go back to the USA. It's just cat sound. Yeah, but some sounds you can clear. Like, I think with the scaffolds you can clear sounds, but it doesn't always work. So this is a Desert Airfield by TKLyo. It's, oh, I think I saw this one on Markar's stream. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Lol, he paused the rotor plates. He found a way to do it. Oh, they got little laser turrets too. Okay, so what I wanted to say on Markar's stream was like, dude, no, don't do this. But the fact that you've not made the rotors move already does make quite a difference. And immediately when a player looks at this, they will know this isn't the same thing as the real deal because the rotors aren't moving. So in that sense, it's not as distracting, in my opinion. Also, yeah, you remove the sounds of the raptors. That's good. One thing, though, is like there's a lot of gray going on and you can't even really see the raptors, which might be a good thing as well because raptors can be distracting for players. Like if you're just kind of quickly scrolling and you're like, wait, there's a raptor, like, or wait, there's an aurora, you know, like that can indirectly like trigger people just a bit, and it might just be enough that they get seriously annoyed. Also, this is really bright, isn't it? Is it always this bright, these spotlights? I mean, it's okay, right? It's okay. What do you think of the fences? I see what you're going for, but I don't know how I feel about it. Because I definitely get that you're trying to say, like, okay, this is, like, non-passable terrain. You cannot go here. You can't, whatever. But, yeah, I don't know. There will still be people who will be pissed off that they can't drive their dozer here. They can't drop off a dozer here in a Chinook. Or that they can't go through here. Which, look at this. They'll be like, why the fuck can't I go through this? It's just a freaking little fence. Why don't I just nuke this thing and go drive in, right? There will be an element of that. Even though this is creative and it is cool, it is literally in the center of the battlefield. So you will get some people going like, what the hell, man? If you had this and you stuck it in like a corner, right? Let's say the player starts... Wait. Like if you literally put this over here... No, even then, I don't know. I think some people will be annoyed. I'll be honest. Like, that's what I think. I think it's cool. I think it's creative. And I don't think you should just waste all this effort, for sure. Like I always say, like, you can always turn something into a mission map where you got crazy cool ideas like this going on. But I honestly don't know how I feel about this because it just doesn't feel like it's that much of an obstacle, if you know what I mean. It feels like these are buildings that I might be able to garrison. It feels like I can enter through here. That's just my opinion of it. The map itself is nice though. Because here's the thing, right? This asphalt you can't enter, but this you can. So for example, like I'm just trying to see, like I get what you were going for. But I'm just trying to think, like, what could be done. What's coming to me as an idea is that you take something like this, you elevate it, right? So it's like a different terrain height, and then somehow a bridge that links to this is a destroyed bridge, so you know, oh, I can't go there. Something, you know, that's what I'm trying to get to. Like something that a player will very easily see, like, okay, I definitely can't touch this. Okay, I definitely can't build there. And it's just not the feeling I'm getting right now. You've beefed up the fences, but people will still be like, dude, they're just fences. And they will still say, I can enter through here. In these kind of situations, don't be worried about keeping it too realistic. Don't be like, yeah, but people need a way in, right? Because why else would there be a random airfield? Like, I get it, but it's probably okay if you don't have this in the first place and just completely box it off. People will probably laugh a little, and be like, yeah, how are you supposed to fly this raptor, dude? There's no way of getting in, haha. But for gameplay-wise, for players, they'll be like, okay, this is definitely off-limits for me. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Let me see what chat is saying. Maybe if the material was all broken down and rusty, says Boreal 1. Could be, but yeah. I get what you mean, but I still don't know, because you're gonna have situations where maybe a player is just fully built up over here, or he's getting attacked on this side and the enemy's creeping in and he needs space to build. He will try and send a dozer through this and try and build an airfield here. You know what I mean? Like, those kind of things I do think will happen. Yeah. You cannot go up a mountain either. Same thing. Yeah, you can't go up a mountain, but that's the thing. It's like... The thing is this. First off, you got some units that are in the game. Now, they are white, so, you know, it's not going to be that distracting. But, like, pattern recognition, you might just quickly go, oh, what's this? And it's like, oh, it's decoration. It's fine. With a mountain, you don't have that. You don't say, oh, is this a nuke? No, it's a mountain. It's nothing. Before, it was worse because these were spinning. The rotor blades were spinning. So it definitely is like... and there were sounds coming off them. So people would be like, wait, what? Is there a unit here? Wait, does the enemy have something? You know, and you get that. So already pausing the rotor blades is definitely a big improvement, and removing the sounds, big improvement. But still, I don't know. I get what you're going for, but I think it would be a lot nicer if you just have maybe half of this instead of this whole section being this sort of industrial thing. Maybe just like a little bit like this, and the rest, I don't know, maybe make it some sort of asphalt mountain region. I don't know. I haven't a clue really on how to really... Yeah. I don't know. Let me see what else people are saying in the chat. I wanted to make something different. Yeah, I can understand you wanted to make something different. And it's nice and it's cool. But again, you have to keep in mind, it's a competitive map. It's going to be used in tournaments and stuff. Maybe I can write huge go in the middle. As Magoli says, I think is really cool, to be honest. As long as you have a script that gives 200 for passing. It needs a train. No, but like, I don't know. I think if you have something like this, or you like this, what I'm highlighting, right? You keep it like that, and then the other section down below, you make it something else. A player will look at it and they will see this space and they'll be like, okay, I cannot build there. And because they cannot build there, it's not interesting for them to interact with that area. You can keep the Raptors there. You can keep the Comanche like this, something like that. Or maybe what you do is you just make the layout of half the section to make it look like clearly it's pointless to you, this area. It's just weird buildings or something. I think then you could try and make it work, and definitely let the wall connect here, and just don't care that it doesn't make sense. There's no way in. Just don't care about it, because players will look at this and get frustrated over this little gate. I promise you they will. And I think that's the best you can do. So probably just relay out some of this, like what you have here, right? If I highlight this section, no one is going to think, oh, I'm going to try and build a building there. No one's going to think that. It's very crowded, very full up of shit, and that's fine then. Maybe remove the searchlight, because too many searchlights is a bit annoying as well. Like, you can have maybe one here, like one there, but go. I know they're cool, but like, don't overdo it. I think that could work. Yeah, so for example, this just looks like a beautiful place to build a nice big fat building. So a China might play, move a dozer up, and say like, oh, I want to build a war factory here facing upwards. You know what I mean? So for example, what you have here, if you copy this, paste that literally, let's say, over here. You know, things like that. I think that would work out. I think then you can do it. So basically what you got to do is you got to convey to the player a few things. One, you cannot go here. Find a way to clearly make that happen. I guess the fences themselves are already quite clear if you cannot go there. Probably if you just delete this, even if you don't height elevate this and add like a destroyable bridge or something, then it's fine. Like, get rid of this, connect the wall. You don't have to height elevate, but make sure that when a player looks at it, they don't go, yummy, space for me to build on. Like, just make sure there's no real space. At the same time, remove some of these, just a couple. And don't make it look too overcrowded if you can. So if you have some neutral buildings, so for example, these I think look quite simple and neutral. They're not as bombastic as, let's say, this motherfucker. So if you have just like more neutral buildings, it's easier on the eye as well. So also not too many different colors, different shades. That's my guess on this. With regards to the actual asphalt you have here, oh wow, cncHD giving a nice donation there. Best feedback, GG. Thanks, man. Thanks. What I would say is, again, you have some conflicting things going on, because you got this as industrial, where you can't pass, but here you can pass. So what you could do is maybe disconnect this. So here you maybe make it sand, this section, and you can still like leave this other middle bit in the asphalt that's clearly separated. That's clearly a thing of its own. I think that might be a bit better as well. Okay, now let's actually talk about the map balance. My God, I've been yapping away. So let's see. Let's look where I started. So supplies look a little far away, though. Gotta say that. Let me just
What's the story?
see if I can naturally how this feels. Supply is a bit far away, so for China, it's kind of, I don't know, it's a bit far.
Construction.
Like the USA, you would build it here, but it's fine. This one is kind of far away as well.
That one made in the US of A.
Maybe what you could do is just move it from here to maybe,
That one's done. Sorry,
like,
I can't
let's say the center of the, wait, barracks are roughly the same size. Could probably build it like here, literally, something like this. I think that might be a bit better just for the Chinas. And this in the back here. I guess this kind of makes more sense, though, to have it here in the back. I think it makes more sense, yeah, because you got these oils here, so that's fine. Let's see, so we have 2 oils and oil. So you have a max of 5 oils you can get and 2 supplies. You know, I don't, well, there's also this money. Yeah, let's actually look at that.
Low power. Unit lost.
How much cash? 30k. Yeah, I think maybe there's a bit too much cash here. What you could maybe do, I think what would be nice is if you remove this oil, remove one of the supplies, and the other supply you put like diagonal, let's say here or something. Something like that. It'll open up this way to attack a bit more. And the Chinas might decide to go aggressive. So they can build a supply, they will take the supply here, and they can take this supply, and they can choose to be aggressive going downwards. I think that might be nicer. The only problem I see is if you put this diagonal, it's got to be a bit further towards the middle, because otherwise you're kind of closing off this area, because supplies, even when it's dried up, you can't really build there. Alternatively, you can try and put maybe something like 5 small supply piles. That could work. Or 6, something like that. 3CG says a thin line of water. Well, to make something like you can't go here. I guess you could. But it would still, you would still not have this space though, because people will still be like, oh, why can't I break the fence? And I swear to God, you're gonna find players who are having their battle masters or crusaders or whatever, and they'll be force firing the structure to try and open it up. Like, you know, that kind of thinking will come. Because guys, remember, also noobs will play this. The maps have to be good for noobs, for pros, for competition, you know, for so many things. So that's why the feedback can be quite harsh, but it's all coming from a good place. You have to understand that. But yeah, I think maybe a supply here could work. Yeah, I think that would be nice. Because right now I think there's a bit too much cash going on. And also quite a few oils. So players can choose. You want to go for a group of the oils? You want to go for the cash? What do you want to do? Like, there's a lot of options then, you know? Let's see. The only thing I have is that the mountain in the corner looks not beautiful. Yeah, it's true. It looks okay. It looks okay. The texturing here is nice. Like, down below. But then up here, it goes a little, I don't know. Yeah, you could do a lot more with this, to be honest. I agree with cncHD. You could do a bit more with this. So generally, the base size is quite big-ish. I guess it's okay. What you could do is just increase the size of this mountain just a little bit, like up until like this point, maybe. I think that might be nice. Because if you have a base that's too big, then that can also lead to a lot of like GLA, building a ton of black markets and stuff. But generally, I think it's okay. Yeah, that's basically it. Whoops, my camera keeps messing up. Let's see. Go a little more into all the details we have here. Texturing, I think, is quite nice. You've got quite a bit of the same sand texture, though. Like here, you've mixed it up. I don't know if you're done with the texturing for this map, but like just change a bit inside these like big blobs of just the same sand texture. Also, you've got like bushes in the desert part, but not in the grassy part. So maybe like, I don't know. I know I'm nitpicking here, but you know, it's what you get when you get Legionnaire feedback. You get a bit of everything. Grass hut, I like this. I think it's nice. It's true, actually, there aren't that many buildings. We've got one over here, but, you know, I actually don't think this is so bad because it's close to your main supply as well. Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. So over here you have your main... Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just kind of scrolling and thinking, like, because it looks like you have... I'm just wondering why you didn't flip it 90 degrees, like, every time. Because it's kind of like a quadrant, but you didn't make it like a 90-degree flip quadrant thing. So the supply is over here. For this guy, it means the supply would be over here, if you know what I mean. The piles are here, but for this guy, the supplies should be down here then. And if you're gonna put this wood hut, then the wood hut would go over here. You know what I mean? I think that might be better because you basically already have it in a perfect layout. It's just, I don't understand why you wouldn't do that. I think it would be a good idea. I don't think you should try and introduce these sort of like mirrors on the left side where everything's on the same and on the right side where everything's the same, when you already have like perfect quadrants and things and there's actually nothing that's changing on the actual battlefield, right? It's not like you have like suddenly an extra oil here, for example. You know, it's still, you have 2 oils, and on this side you have 2 oils. So I would definitely recommend doing that. You know. All right, let's see what more people saying in the chat. The only thing, what if I edit the map preview in the game lobby to show the areas impossible? Dude, you think people will remember? They're not gonna remember, man. They're not gonna remember. You have to assume that the player is just some guy who's worked a 12-hour shift and he just installed his childhood game, barely played it, and now he's installed it, and he's convinced his buddy to play online with him, and they're like, what shall we do? And it's like, okay, I guess this map. That's what you have to imagine. They are not going to be alert. They're not going to be focused on, oh, what's this, what's that? They can have a look and be like, oh, that looks cool, but they have to clearly understand this is a decoration. Can't do anything with it. You know, you might get an odd guy coming in like, oh, is this selectable? And they put their mouse over it. No, it's not. If it were selectable, you know there's going to be some guy with a Jarman trying to snipe it, right? Okay, that's what you got to think. Like, it needs to just instantly looking at it make sense. Like, okay, like in that sense. And, oh, this one. Oh, naughty. This one's selectable. Somebody send the Jarman. No, I'm kidding. I'm giving you a hard time. I was just kidding, man. But you get what I mean, right? I'm just trying to get the point across, the mindset, like, of how you have to look at it. Let's see. Like having a big red square, no entry. No, yeah, unfortunately. No, I'm not done texturing. All right, nice. Well, I think this one will come along nicely, and I think, yeah. Then cool. Let's see what the future brings, right? See what the future brings. Okay, that was Desert Airfield. Let's go to the next one. We still have so many. All these in the list I have to go through. Oh my god. All right, let's see. Diamond's Edge of version 1. Let's see who made that. Diamond's Edge. Oh, it's made by the almighty Epic Man. All right. Epic Man is he's a good mapper. He also submitted a nice map that came very close to winning, actually. In last year's mapping tournament. So let's see, we have very interesting layout. Look at this, very unique already. And that's what we get from the maps from Epic Man. They are unique, and that is a good thing, guys. That is a good thing. Because that brings new ideas and brings maps into like a completely different direction and stuff. So let's see, we start down here. We have our main supply and an oil. This main supply is a bit exposed, but we do have a ramp here. So I think it's okay. Got a grass hut in the distance here. This is actually pretty cool in a sense that a GLA could come in with a technical and just try and sneakily get this. So that's like a way you can go in for attacks, right? And he's replicated that on each corner. I think that's a cool idea. Also, I'm not sure about the distances though. This looks like it's closer here than this. I'm gonna open this one in the world builder just to be double check. I want to be sure here. Why is world builder not opening? Oh, it's already open. Okay. So let me switch the screen so you guys can see. Okay, so let's do some quick measuring here just to make sure the distance matches. So from the center of this until the oil got 520. And from here... Yeah. So there is some difference here. So that is something that has to get fixed. You can always just open up the measuring tool. It looks like a little snail, I think. I think it always looks like a little snail. Just click it and make sure you look at the green line. So you have to get that green line. Like, it's a bit weird. If you look at my mouse cursor, it doesn't quite match it. But you have to look at the green line and just kind of see. So just at a quick glance, I was like, I don't know. It doesn't quite look right. I like this idea. I like this idea more of this, keeping it somewhat close to the oil. Let me switch again. So there is that you got to keep in mind. With regards to the actual gameplay, it's an interesting concept because basically your base doesn't look that big. Let me actually build up some stuff and see how it feels. Right, so yeah.
New construction.
Okay, so one thing over here that I don't really like is that China, if they don't sell their CC, they can't build a supply this way. Same with the GLA, they'll have to build it here. I guess that is okay though, because
Made in the US of A.
I guess it's alright. But generally, what would maybe fix that is if you just have the starting point over here on the left, and this guy a bit more down, let's say, just a little bit.
Have a job
I think
for
that's
me.
okay. So let's see, Airfield, always great for checking.
Delivery, General?
Yeah, so all right, your base can be pretty decent in size, I guess. How many airfields can I put badly?
Going up.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, okay, base is pretty decent in size. I thought for a moment there it would be quite small.
Low power.
But it's pretty decent. And then if you want to expand, you'll have to get to like these sections. Let's see, we got some supplies here and the bunker. I like the position of the bunker and the supplies. So China will be tempted to go over here, build a supply center, and then try and man that bunker, which kind of protects him against the left side a little bit and the top side a little bit, right? I'm unsure about the second supply in the middle. I mean, the very middle. Is it balanced? Is there an army with an upper hand with this second supply? You mean the very, very middle, or you mean this one here? Because if you're talking about this one, I would say that China and GLA would happily take this, but the USA's they won't. The USA will probably go for the oils. So in that sense, it's okay-ish. Very middle. I don't know about this supply, to be honest. I guess it's okay. The biggest problem is when you have a map like this, you just put a supply in the very, very middle. It's just so far away from where you start. It's just huge distance. I wonder how many people will actually go for it. I guess it's okay. But maybe instead, if you have like these 3 piles here, just put 3 piles here as well. Like this. You know? It kind of like adds some flow. People will want to take these piles. And once they have these piles, they'll be like, yeah, maybe I can get those. Right? Maybe. The supply piles, says cncHD. Yeah, for USA, it's a bit eh. But I don't know. I guess we'll see in gameplay, right? How it would be, because you do have your safe oil. And as a USA, if you have, you could try and get the other 2 oils, and it's only 3 piles, so it's not an insane amount of cash. Like this is 10k, roughly. So I think it'll be alright. But ideally, we see it through gameplay. Maybe I don't know how much space there is to build here. Let me check again, because maybe put a bit of space between the bunker and the supply piles. So move the supply piles down just a little bit.
All finished. Let's build.
How much space is there to build here? Okay, there is a bit. So I could build literally as of here. So maybe move the supply piles just tiny bit down. Like tiny bit. So like this one that's over here would be, let's say, over here. Like just tiny bit. I think that would be nice. It'll be a bit nicer for the USA to defend as well. Because if this bunker is taken, then this bunker can do quite a bit of defense when it comes to the collection of these piles. You're still going to probably need like a firebase or maybe an active Humvee or something. But overall, I think it should be just about okay. But yeah. again, because the layout's so different, it's really hard to give proper feedback because it's different. Because games need to be played to see what works and what doesn't work. It could be that maybe, hopefully, Marikar will do a stream and have this map, and he'll play some matches, and you'll be like, wait, what? That's how people actually play this? And it might be totally different, right? Also, for example, like this. This is good. Players look at this 1 second and be like, okay, I can't go here, even though it's just a bunch of rocks, right? So that's an example of what you can do to visually make it clear that people can't go there, things can't go there. Now that I say that, I know that rocks, by default, you can drive through them. Let me just make sure you can't drive through these rocks. I mean, I'm here now anyway, right? So I might as well do it. Yeah. Scroll. I shouldn't have done 1,000 zoom. Okay.
Make my own road.
And he blocked it
Keep
off.
busy.
Yeah, okay, so that's good.
Loud
That's good.
and clear.
That's good. But a Burton will still be able to go through this, and so will a bike. So that's nice. But yeah, some games on this. Looking forward to it. I think it could be pretty good, pretty intense as well. There's not that much money on the map, though. I don't know. Maybe just a few safe supply piles could also work. Just like 3 of them. Maybe. Like you got the grass hut on one edge, but the 3 supply piles maybe down here or something. And then just like over here, so you mirror it like 90 degrees. Could work. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's honestly just hard to tell, guys. Alright, let's go to the next one. That was a Diamond's Edge by Epic Man. Let's check out OceanFront. And I can already see this is 2v2. Look at that. Look at the minimap. Look at the minimap. Okay, this guy even has money here and money here. Actually, that will be interesting because players are closer together. So the bottom and the top players are closer together. Like this distance is smaller than this distance. So that'll be interesting for sure. Now let's see how it is with the cash.
Unit lost.
So we have quite a bit of cash down here. Very safe. In fact, this is almost safer than your main supply. Yeah, so even though you've got extra cash up here, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be these guys fighting just because they're so close to each other. Right? Again, let's open up the world builder here. Let's see. What was the name of this? Epic OceanFront. Okay, so here we go. Right, so the distance between these players... Wait, let me put the waypoints on so I make sure I don't get it wrong. So that's over here to over here. We got a distance of 1,200. Okay. And the distance from here to here is 1,900. That is a huge difference. That is huge. So, realistically, how it's going to get played is people are just going to kill each other on the bottom or kill each other on the top, and then the winner is just going to try and get all the supplies and then attack down below. That is most likely what's going to happen. So, the distance between the players needs to be equal. Ideally, 100% equal. I mean, I even said it from the minimap. I was like, yeah, I don't know. Looking at the minimap, it's not looking like it's, yeah. But anyway, so let's assume that gets fixed, right? Let's assume. There's a lot of cash here in the back, which I guess is alright. Got a supply in between the players. That's nice. We got a nice forward bunker as well. Although that forward bunker might be... it's okay. It's okay, actually. It's nice. We've got an oil here and oil here. Got some cash piles here. These cash piles, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it because China's supply truck is... not going to be too happy with this. I don't know if they can crush this, but that already gets the player thinking. Can this get crushed? Can it not? It's better just to remove these altogether, the sandbags, generally. I think it would be a good idea to just remove that. For the rest, there's a lot of tech buildings going on. I think this map would be great for 2v2, but again, like, we're looking for free-for-all. I mean, the waves are nice as well. Got a little boat. But yeah, for free-for-all, basically what needs to happen is you need to just shove the map into itself here. Like, make it smaller from the height portion, right? And then, as a result, things will have to change anyway, right? Distance between these players is quite narrow-ish, but... I mean, quite small-ish, but that's okay, I guess. You can make a map aggressive. There's nothing wrong with that. but then it needs to be replicated over here. For sure. In fact, I don't know if it's actually too small. Let me see. Maybe it would be better to put a bit more distance between the players.
Made in the US of
Let me zoom in.
Let's get to work. Laying the foundation.
Yeah, you're actually very close to the guy next to you.
That one's done.
Let me see how fast I can get. Wait, let me put a China. Let me put a China. I'm gonna see how quickly I can get a war factory up and where that war factory will spawn, right? Let's put an easy army just for sake of. Yeah, let's have a look. Camera is too high. Sorry, man. I'm just reviewing. Wait, do it like this. Wait, no, I kind of fucked up that beginning. It's true. My zoom is too much, man. It's too much. Okay, so we do something like this. It's a little more realistic. So move in. He goes. Now check this. I'm gonna put my supply. Not the best placement. Who cares? By the time the supply is done, I can build my war factory in his base. I think the map is a little bit too small. It probably, or not small. The distance between these two bottom players is just a bit too close. Yeah, just a bit. Would be nice if, like, if I'm starting where I'm starting, this guy started, let's say, instead of CC being here, the CC started here or something. I think that would already be enough, something like that. So basically, just shove the players into the corner a little more. I think that would be good. But I'm already giving some very big structural changes, like suggestions and stuff. So yeah, that is. I wonder what the map will look like after that, if you know what I mean. I can actually change the camera height if you like. Let me change that. 1,000 is a bit much. Let's put it 500, just so I can have a good overview of the map. Let's see. This is Froterno. All right, let me put USA again. And let's see. I see some interesting water going on. Let's see. Froterno is made by... Oh. Give me a sec. Froterno is made by... We have a lot of maps, guys. We have a lot of maps. But I do want to actually say who the author is of each map. I do think that's fair. Epic Man also made the previous map. So... Froterno is made by BKR. So let's have a look at Froterno. Let's see what it's like. Oh, okay. Interesting. It's got the nice, interesting water here. Or I think it's supposed to be like fire, right? Froterno. Let's see. We go supply here. All right. So from the get-go, I would say that this map might be a little too big, right? Also, like, the supplies are all the way here. This is very narrow. So generally, you should avoid long, narrow passages. Because all you need to do, if you super weapon, build one EMP here. You don't have to worry about anything. Or build one EMP here. Supply is yours. Like, people can't really do anything. Generally, it's best to avoid long, narrow passages. Oh, there's money here. I didn't see it. Let me do this.
Unit lost.
Okay, so... This would be a bit of a no-no. So at least, bare minimum, turn the supply that it's like in landscape mode, hugging the wall essentially. Definitely would be a good idea. And definitely fatten this up. Like maybe even up until this, like this whole first layer, just kind of like fuse it together. Because you want people to be able to move across, right? That is important. For the rest, I think the map is just maybe a bit too big. Because look how much space you have to do so much, right? There's also cash here. This, I think, is a cool idea. Why not? Got an oil and an oil. But let me tell you what I would do if I was Super Weapon General. I would build one EMP here. Capture the oil happily. Capture the oil happily. Capture this happily. I will get one supply, two supply. And I will literally be on two supplies, two oils. I will just bunker off, man. Get Auroras. Don't worry about a thing. And that's it. So you can very much bunker on this map, which... is a bit dangerous. You want to avoid bunkery maps because they generally become very boring very quickly, and that will also affect a map's fun factor. So you don't want it to be bunkery, you know. And also, a bunkery map is imbalanced because a tank general is going to be screwed. He's going to be screwed. He's going to have a load of MiGs ready just to take out each EMP Patriot before he can send in an army. It's too much, man. It's too much. So generally, open this up. Put this in landscape mode, for example. Maybe put a little hut or something for people to fight over. These oils, I guess, are in okay position. I think also shrink down the map, and if you do that, this whole section doesn't exist. I think this will become this, right? You can still put the piles like this. I think it's cute. I think it's nice. Just one thing to keep in mind. Again, if you're a USA and you're collecting here, if the enemy has one quad cannon over here, it can fire over this hill and hit the Chinooks. And the USA has a hard time defending because he has to come all the way around just to try and make sure his Chinooks don't die. So the idea of a hill is a good idea, but it needs to be a bit fatter just to make sure anti-air cannot kill the Chinooks that are collecting. I think that's important. Firebase thing, I don't know, I guess it's cute, but probably better to have it removed. And I think that's about it. For the rest, it looks good as a design. I like it. I think it's cool. I think it could work out quite nicely. Of course, you need to do some mountains and make it look a bit more decent, but I'm pretty sure this is still like an alpha version. See some initial texturing. We have a tiny piece of road here. Lol. That's fine. You know, that's why we do like alpha versions of the map, right? Like the first versions, alpha, beta versions, version 1, version 2. And by the time we get to version 4, version 5, we'll see like a crazy good map. Regarding the middle here, I think it's okay. 3 piles, 3 piles, 3 piles, 3 piles. I think it's okay. Just trying to think. Just make sure that when you make the map smaller, that this section doesn't become small. Okay, don't make it like this where it's small. You need to keep a big opening. Otherwise, just chew away from this section here, from the water or inferno-y area. Let's see. Whoa, lots of people saying in the chat. I've been ignoring the chat a bit. 8-player maps can be used as 3v3 maps. That's true. In theory, that's true. Lava inside the snow. Yeah, why not? You know, people can be creative. It's cool. You can create maybe like some fire effects if you like. I mean, you know, it's cool. The distance is good, I see, says Ibrahim. I don't know. I think distance is too big. By the time a tank general can send out a GAT tank, like here you will have an EMP, and the next thing is he'll have an EMP over here as well, comfortably. You need to make that you need to make it easier for the tank general to come in. Like right now, it's just too easy to bunker. Even a Gatling cannon. And you'll stop any Humvee attacks, any technical attacks coming in. It's just, it's too easy to do that. And then it just becomes a bunker fest. And everybody just builds markets and it goes to super weapons every time. So there is that to keep in mind. The canyons look like Christmas trees. Yeah, it's true. They look a little like Christmas trees. I think it's cool though. I like the design. I like the shape. All right, so let's see. We have... we're slowly getting there with the 4-player maps. Oh my god. I have a 6-player map in here. What? Did somebody really post a 6-player map in the mapping competition? Wait, let me check this. Savage Lands. Or did someone just accidentally post it in the wrong section of the Discord? Oh my god. Now I feel guilty. I hope the guy... Yeah. Oh, Epic Man posted it. He said, oops, wrong version. Right. Okay, I hope he knows the competition is just for 4 and 8-player maps, though. Okay, wait. Now I got lost. Where were we? Okay, let's go to the next one. Frozen platform. And I already have a few things to say about this, and I know Mario Kart gave some excellent feedback on this, so I won't be too long on this map. But generally... Oh, this is already a new version, isn't it?
Unit lost.
Or isn't it? No. It's the one that Mario Kart played. Right. So Mario Kart has some good suggestions. He's like, just get rid of the walls. They're weird. They're causing weird situations where there was a unit over here trying to fire at the oil derrick, but the wall was in the way. So it just kept hitting the wall, but like effortlessly and pointlessly just shooting at the wall over and over and over until it just died. So yeah, the wall's probably not as stable to use as a wall. One way to fix this, by the way, TKLyo, not sure if he's still there. Is he still there? He may have run off. But anyway, so what you can do is just put a 1x1 brush. I just put high terrain and just kind of like put terrain inside this thing. There's one way around it, but I don't know. Either way, it's currently a big wall. I think it would be nicer if the wall was a little smaller, because now you can literally start almost like hiding things behind it. It's just a bit big. Like, for example, over here, I don't know who brought it up. I think it was Goldfish once said it on his stream. If you have this, and you're coming in with Humvees, and you scan this area, right? And somebody places a demo trap here, then from your standard camera angle, you won't see the demo trap, even though it got revealed. You will drive your Humvees this way, and boom, they all die. So generally, don't put things that are so big and so high up. Also, I saw the thing with the skyscraper and the B-52 bomber or the B-2 bomber. Yes, avoid this structure. It fucks up with planes. Just avoid it. I know, it sucks. The game has bugs. I know. And as a mapper, it kind of makes things with creativity a little harder and shit like that. So yeah. Let's see. For the rest, this might be nice if it was a bit wider, because even here, it's kind of a long, narrow passage. If you were to, I don't know, make it like this, you know, just attach it so you have this whole section like this, I think that it would be nicer. Because now it's kind of long, narrow. Again, it brings up that thing of one EMP. You can build one EMP here, and you cover this section and most of this section as well. And then it just becomes all bunkery and shit. Yeah, okay, TKLyo's in the chat. Good. Looks like somebody's getting banned soon. Yes, somebody got banned, man. Somebody got banned. Let's see, we got an oil here, oil refinery, another oil. Okay, so I would suggest either you do 1 supply and 2 oils, or 2 supplies with a max 1 oil. Because you got supplies here, you got supplies here, you got supplies here. Probably you could just delete this, honestly. One thing you got to be careful of, again, Chinook's collecting from here should not be able to get attacked from this side, because that would be super lame and unfair. Also, I know you've done this in a previous map, and I know some people said they love it. Personally, I don't really like this. Like, I like the idea, and it's cool, and it's creative. But, again, players, especially the noobs, will expect this to, like, they'll be like, what is this? You know, I know it's an artillery platform, but, like, even the little flag, you can't really see too well. So, generally, I would just say put the normal artillery platform up. I don't think it's a bad position for an artillery platform. I think it's pretty nice, pretty cool, and something that players will then have to keep in mind. Generally, I don't like the use of artillery platforms, but over here, I think it actually is pretty cool. Could work out nicely. Fix the skyscraper, he said. Okay, nice. I changed the geometry to 111, so now you can fly over it with no problem. Wait, you mean like through a map.ini or something? Which is allowed, by the way. You can do that, but just curious how you did it. When you say geometry, I'm not entirely sure what you mean. Zebra look makes it a bit hard for orientation. Less snow. Visually, you mean? Yeah, I get what you mean. I'm not completely disagreeing with you there, 3CG. Probably it would be nicer if you just kind of like take this, and just fuse it all together into one big blob. And just have like maybe 3 big blobs instead of 30 random small patches of snow. And also, if you have big blobs, you can do some proper texture fusing, and now it's just going from straight asphalt to straight pile of big snow. You know, so yeah. I see you also played around with some different asphalts. That's nice. Definitely good. What you could maybe do is you have this sort of brown-gray asphalt, and then you have like this light blue type asphalt. What you could do is if you have a blob like this, you surround this with a very thin layer of this light blue asphalt. I think it'll work really nicely. Also, the snow effect that you did is good. It's not over the top. It's nice, but it's there. It's nice. It's good. This alien spaceship on the supplies, I'm not really sure why it's there, but sure, why not? Fuck it. We got another bot in the chat. Oh my god. Oh my god. There we go. Alright. YouTube's telling me he's gone. Okay, there we go. There we go. Who says I'm just here for the sex bot? Yep. That's true. We're all just waiting, man. Alright, let's see. Cash on this. Standard 30k. Yeah, I think that basically wraps up the feedback. And I was mostly in agreement with the things Marikar was saying. But yeah, for the rest, I think nice map. Interesting textures. Like in the middle there. I don't think I'm against it. But yeah, there is a lot of like patches of white snow. It's probably nicer to just have bigger and fewer patches, right? Okay, so let's go to a GrassValley. Let's see, who made this one? Do we have an intro? Yes, we do. Made by Epic Man. All right, let's see. Epic Man again with a map. All right, so one thing that you guys probably think when you're looking at this, you'd be like, no, it's a long, narrow passage. But it's kind of okay because you can also attack this way. So you're not dependent on that long, narrow passage. Right, so in that sense, it's okay. Okay, so a few things I would say from the get-go. And another bot. Man, we have a lot of bots today. Oh my god. Wait, some people saying in the chat. it's for realism where the snow piles up on top of the asphalt. Yeah, but it's kind of like a lot. That's just it. I think it would, like, give it a shot. Give it a shot. Like, just take a test patch, a test area, and like, you know, make it with the textures like what I suggested, and send it to a few people, and just do like a blind test. Say, hey, do you prefer this? Do you prefer that? It can be anyone. It could be your dad. Could be your sister. Like, hey, what do you think looks nicer? And they will probably just tell you. I think that is probably better, like, to see. But it's just, again, suggestions of feedback, right? cncHD says, make me mod. Okay. There we go. Easy. Okay, so let's look at this map by Epic Man, GrassValley. So you start here, you got an oil and a supply. I'm noticing there might be a map border issue here, because I'm seeing this is getting cut off right away. Or, oh no, that's just the terrain height. Let me just double check that map border, though, in the world builder. Is the map border okay? Yeah, map border's fine. Right, so what he's actually done is a little strange. I don't know if you guys can see it on stream. Probably not very well. But this is actually on a platform. This is a hill, and then it goes straight down into the abyss. It's probably for aesthetics reasons. It's probably nicer to do it like this. Just kind of make sure that an extra bit back here also has the same height and things like that, right? Just a small little thing. Also, if you have it like this, if there's a supply drop zone on the edge here, the crates won't all land on it. They will hit the side of the cliff because the plane is coming in a lower elevation, all right? So things to keep in mind. Super easy to fix. Just put the terrain in the dark part here the same height. So towards the map border. Keep it the same height. That's it. Fury's pissed off that cncHD got mod. See, Fury, honestly, what do you expect, bro? What do you expect? Anyway, so we got an artillery platform thing here. Yeah, I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay. One thing that I like is there's so many different routes to attack. Like, that is really nice with flow. I would like to see this a little more opened up, though. Just a little bit more. So what I'm highlighting here, make that possible terrain, and this, make it possible terrain. Just so you have a bit more of potential aggression coming in from the middle. We have different tech buildings here, which is not balanced. Just letting you know, because each building thing has a different value, essentially, to the game. Reinforcements pad is a tricky one when you use it, and I'll get to that in a bit. But everybody will want that oil refiner. Everyone. Because it'll save money, and, you know, saving money saves lives. So people want to go for that. So I would avoid doing something like this. The layout, the concept, it's cool. But for a tournament-based map, like, that's going to be in tournaments, and, you know, everybody needs to have a fair start and shit. This is not a good idea. What you could do is maybe put a hospital here, repair bay here, and repair bay there. That would be okay then. Because then everybody sort of has access to half a repair bay, half a hospital in that sense. This guy, you got to be careful of, and always put them on the edge of the map. If you want to use reinforcement pads, guys, honestly, I swear, put it on the very edge of the map. Because when you have this captured, right? Let's say I'm infantry. I'm a very happy infantry. I am, let's say, over here. I capture this. I'm like, haha. The plane flies in from the closest edge of the map, which is from here. If the guy over here is a tank general, and he's got like 3 gat tanks, he'll just shoot down the plane time and time again before it drops. That's not good. Also, you gotta be careful with these guys. Don't put them everywhere, because, again, it's not balanced, because Air Force gets a Humvee. What the fuck? A Humvee is great. Yes, please. I'd like a Humvee. And GLA Toxin gets a Toxin Tractor. And it's like, yay, what do I do with this? Right? So, it's not balanced. Troop Crawler for infantry is absolutely the grand prize. It's great. And then normal China gets a Vanilla Battle Master. So, yeah, it's... You gotta be careful with these. You want to put one of them into the map, it's fine. You want to put a few, it's fine. But, like, make sure it's just oh yeah, it's a nice to have. Like, make the focus like an oil or something. And it's like, oh yeah, this is a nice to have somewhere in the corner-ish. Okay, so let's talk about some other stuff. I don't really like this bunker here. I think it should go, because you already have a building over here on the side. So you don't want to have too many buildings. That I can put a missile defender here, and everybody's like, okay, that's scary. I ain't gonna pass through here. So I think it would be nice to remove this. The oil here, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a nice idea. I I think also a flamer can flame down from the top here and take this out, which, I don't know, I'm not hating. I think it's interesting. And you can always attack the oil through the valley here, so that's a cool idea as well. This oil in the very corner of the map, generally I don't really like this whole putting things in the corner of the map because of map flow. So generally you kind of want everything to be between this and this. Everything's the focus here, with a bit of money in the middle that you can sort of just sneak on by. If you put things on the very, very edge of the map, I guess as an oil it would be okay, but I don't know. Maybe you could just delete this oil, because I mean you already have a safe oil, you have an oil in between the players. Maybe just delete this. I don't think this is needed, because you got the cash here as well. And what I would suggest is maybe just in this section, just make some nice mountains, something like that, and just close it off that part of the battlefield. All right, let's see. Fury's drama queen. Oh yeah, he is, man, he is. But we love him for it. We love him for it. Let's see. The tree obscuring the view makes the soldier disappear from view. Specifically, a soldier that captures buildings. Which tree? I don't think it'll be too bad. I'm not seeing which tree. I don't think it'll be too bad. The mountains don't feel like they're too high that you won't notice. And when a building is getting captured, it blinks, right? So, I mean, there is that. Should be okay. And let's see, I'm just checking some of the distances here. We got some texture bugs, but I don't think this is the final version yet. But it definitely already is shaping up quite nicely. I think it's cool. I think it's got a good chance, got a good shot. Like even here, you got some of the grass sticking through, like, you know, some minor, like, fix up the texturing a bit. Some, like, even small little things here. You got, like, the edge of the supply floating. I don't know if you guys can see the shadow there, but it's floating. So, you know, like, small things, like, fix it up. Also, I think the fire bases are not exactly correct distances. Look at this guy. It's very far away from the supply, but here it's really close. So again, Epic Man, you gotta do some measuring, man. You gotta do some measuring. It's important. Otherwise, you will lose points. To be honest, now that I'm looking at the shape of the map, I think the top and bottom positions are a bit better and wider, right? I think this, looking at the minimap, right? This base and this base, I think they have less surface area than this and this. But that is something that Epic Man will have to check and measure. Definitely do it, because the judges we have are pros and they are gonna measure, okay? They are definitely gonna measure those things. Like, I'm not supposed to tell you some of these things about the judges, but one guy last year, what he did, I swear to God he did this, to measure map balance. He literally went to each starting position and captured an oil derrick that was kind of far away. So, like, something like this oil derrick. Like this, perfect example, something like this. He literally had the starting position. He did the exact same thing, and he timed how long it took from the middle point of his base where his ranger was all the way to the oil capture, like this, like literally in one straight line, how long it took. He noted it down in seconds, okay? Guys, we got good judges, all right? We got good judges. So yeah, don't be like, they won't notice. They will notice. Anyway, one thing more about the middle, I would probably get rid of these buildings. I don't think the middle is big enough to really have buildings. And maybe change this to a single big supply. That would probably be good. This is a bit of a mess with all these piles here. It's a bit messy and can get abused by China's, because China will build one supply here, one supply here, one supply here, one supply here, but the USA won't do that. So yeah, just a single supply dock would probably be good. All right, let's see what other people are saying. Would be better to start in the corners, not the mid, says 3CG. Potentially. To be honest, I don't think it's impossible to make one where you start in the mid compared to the corners. It's just the map will be slightly different-ish, right? I mean, you could do it, but I don't think it's bad. I'm not saying it doesn't work. It's just the sizes, I think, are a bit off, just a little bit. All right, so let's go to the next map. So that one was a GrassValley by Epic Man. Heartlands 3. Heartlands 3. Did we see this one? Wasn't this by Terminator? Let me check. No, made by Assassin. Did I check this one out? Yes, I think I played this on stream, right? Yeah, I think I already played this one on stream. So I'm going to give it a nice miss. Apologies, Assassin, but, you know, you got your feedback. Naval base Mabuhay. I'm pretty sure I checked this one out. I'm not sure if I checked out version 4 though, so let me have a quick look. Things like this with the Raptor, I think it's okay. It's something very brief, very quick. I know we have a thing saying no distracting of the players, but it's very quick, very brief.
Lost.
I don't think people are really gonna get that freaked out by it. Yes, I think this one is... I think this one is already... No, I think this is a change. No, it's the same one. It's just... Wait. No, it's a change. It's changed. The middle's changed. Right. So, I don't think that much changed here, which is good, because the map was already in a good spot. So what I'm noticing is the middle has been widened a bit, I think. I don't remember if this oil refinery was here in a previous version. But I think it's okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is a... I'm honestly not even sure. I'm not even sure. Can't tell. I can't tell. I can't tell. But generally, the map looks great. There's very little to add on this. To be honest, this one was by Adriane, right? So, Adriane, you're probably better off just directly messaging Goldfish or someone and asking for feedback, because I don't really have much to say. Yeah, this is a new version because we got waves added. That was one of the feedback points I think Sam mentioned. I'm not entirely sure. But the waves are there. They're slightly off, though. The waves still stop in the water. I mean, minor detail, but, like, you know, just saying. Also, this has been changed, because I think there were some areas where it wasn't clear where you could build and where you couldn't. I think he improved that. The middle he made slightly bigger, which I think is nice. The oil refinery is a bit in the way, just a little bit. I think if you turn this to like 90 degrees, you have this corner sort of also as movement space. I think that might be nicer. Again, it's a minor feedback I can give here. I think the map's already absolutely sick. Look at this, man. It's great. 3CG says, damn nice map. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. Oh, we got some people in the chat. Let me catch up with the chat a little bit more. Big supply, better, worth a fine. Good evening. Well, thank you very much there, Nikes, I guess. I would like to play a game together one day. You friends want to 8x8. What, 8 times 8? The game only goes up to 8 players, so I'm sorry to disappoint there. Let's see, we got some random bits of road here. I don't know if that's showing for me just because I've already opened a lot of maps. Or whether it's a bug in the map, so you'll have to check it out. Texturing, it's good. Honestly, there's so little to say. There's sounds. There's creativity going on. I don't know. I guess the middle, I don't know. It's middle is maybe something. Like where you got the sand roads going over the asphalt. That's maybe the best thing I can say here. Maybe just keep this whole thing like an asphalt thing, like what you have going like over here. And then you can use the same sort of hill texturing for the hilly parts, right? And then the top of it, just make it the same as these kind of textures. That's about it. And fix the waves. And just kind of have a scroll through if you see something weird, I guess. It's fine, really. Yeah. So little to add, really. It's pretty much finished. Thank you, cncHD, for getting rid of yet another bot. Alright, so let's go. Philosopher's Garden. Man, we are so close to finishing the 4-player maps. Let's see. We've already been streaming an hour. An hour, man. An hour. Oh, wait, no, more, because I had to restart the stream, right? Because of the thing. Alright, so let's see. This was... Wait, I forgot the name of the map already. Let's have a quick look. Philosopher's Garden. Philosopher's Garden. Let's see who came up with the Philosopher's Garden. I'm gonna have a quick scroll here. Philosopher's Garden. Just give me a moment as I try and find the creator. It is by Showstopper. He says, here's my first map ever. Known issue. Building drop zones too close to the outer wall will cause some of the crates to disappear. I'm planning to fix this by introducing a small safe zone between the wall and build area. Uh-huh. All right. Okay, so let's have a look. So we have dual supply, dual oil and a supply. That's fine. Concept is nice. Okay, so this is an interesting wall. Okay. He was worried about the size between the players. I think it's okay.
What's the story?
Just get some stuff going here. Actually, it might be a little narrow.
Keep him busy. Any more projects?
I don't know. I think... Yeah, maybe a little narrow.
That one's done. Yeah.
Oh, we got a nice bridge here
What's the
too.
story?
Lol. Does it work? I think so. Okay,
Wanna make
let's...
some improvements? What's
Yeah,
the
it works.
story?
Okay, cool. I like that, to be honest. I think it's cool. The distance between the players. I think it's okay.
Job for me. Sounds good.
I think it's okay. So that would be...
On the job.
So normal zoom would be something like this. Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's alright. Distance between the players. Alright, let me just cancel. Sell all my crap.
Unit lost.
Let's see. We got some oils here. Some supplies in the middle. Alright, so basically what I would say is similar to some of the other maps. I think this is just a little too narrow. It's not quite long and narrow by definition. Oh, it's long and narrow. But it is a bit too narrow. I think if you open it up just a little bit, that's better. I like this bridge. I love the bridge, actually. I think it's really good. Reason is it adds more like a dynamic thing to the map. So let's say somebody bunkers off this section. You still have a bridge that you can use to try and harass and attack. And maybe it's just about enough to send a toxin tractor to clear this building, sort of a thing, right? So those kind of things I think are cool. But generally open it up just a little bit more. Just a little bit. Like, one Gatling cannon should not be able to stop any technical coming in. That's maybe a good measure. Like, will the technical just about still survive? Will it sneak through? Something like that. I think that would be a good idea. Let's see. Oh yeah, mapping competition definitely is higher this year. I can feel it already, man. There's a lot of really good mappers. Really a lot of good maps. Also a lot of new mappers that are also really putting their best foot forward and creating some cool stuff. So no, competition is definitely bigger this year. Alright, so let's see. The oil here is okay. I think it... Not sure about the location of the oil. Thinking maybe move it, shove it a little more to the right. Like put it, instead of like where it is now, like this, put it maybe a bit more here. You know, just a little bit. It'll promote maybe somebody building a tunnel on this side as well. I think that would be nice. Regarding supplies, we got 3 supplies here, right? Oh, 4. Yeah, I think that's fine. I do suspect the map is maybe a little too small. But I think if you open up these walls, that will already do a lot. I don't think the map is small in a sense of map size. So you probably don't have to start from scratch kind of a thing. But like how you have, like you have 2 straight sections here. Put a 3rd. Open it up a little more. I think that will already do a lot for the whole map. You'll have more base space. Put this a little further in the back. I think honestly that would be fine. You can move the starting position a bit further down as well with it. I think that would be a good idea. And even if it goes off the map, it's fine. It's not a big deal. People won't get annoyed or offended or be like, oh, it looks like ass now. No, it's fine. People won't care. Oh, wait, this is a height increase, is it? Oh, okay. So I didn't catch that, right? I didn't notice there was a height increase here. So you have to very much make it clear to people there's a height increase here. The only reason I spotted it is because I was like, wait, what's happening with the wall here? So I know that right now you haven't done any texturing, but you got to make it clear. One nice trick I could tell you. You can place all the ground level as one main texture and all the elevated stuff another main texture, okay? So you have this sort of yellowy green with a bit of blue in the texture, right? over here, just go, I don't know, a different green. Like a visually, clearly distinct different green. Doesn't have to be dark green or like outrageously different, but make it clear that people could tell the difference, okay? And I see now that you've done some texturing for the ramp here. That's good. But again, it didn't really give me the feeling of, oh, this is a ramp. So find a way that there's a texture that really makes that happen. And then I guess the same over here then. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, I guess that's it for the feedback, really. Yep. Yeah. I don't know. I think this map can be interesting. The middle, the very middle. Don't know how I feel about that. So let's say you move the oils a little closer together. The very middle. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe just put a supply dock. I don't know. I haven't a clue. I'll want to see how. I want to see the small changes, sort of. Because I think like this, actually, it's not even that bad. Leaving it just 5 small piles. Yeah, it's probably fine. All right, so that was the map Philosopher's Garden by Showstopper. So let's see. Wrath at Dawn version 3, made by Wrath of Sin. Let's see. Edited by cncHD. All right, I keep forgetting to read the chat. Let's see. Jundipedia. Yes, Jundipedia, very good. Jundi hasn't submitted a map, right? No, Jundi is very tight on time, so he doesn't really have that much time to join the mapping competition, unfortunately. So yeah, that's a bit sad, but yeah. 3CG says, I don't know, this map still very concept map. I don't think it's bad though. I don't think it's bad. Yeah, it needs texturing. Yeah, but it's still the basic form, guys. It's still the basic, so it's fine. But yes, we have to start now getting used to texturing and stuff. So the next bunch of maps I'm gonna see, I want to see some texturing, at least a little bit. Or at least like patches. So texturing could take long, but at least show me like, I don't know, this section and this section fully textured, so I can give you some comments on it and be like, okay, yeah, that's a good style, go with it. Or I'll be like, no, oh my god, it's horrible, my eyes, right? Like something. So yeah. I didn't really like the wall, says Ibrahim. Limited space. Yeah, so that's why I think if he opens it up just a little bit more with the wall, I think it'll be alright. That's it. TKLyo says the first map for the competition is better than my first map. Yeah, was your first map? Was that Platform Wars? Was that your first map? And no, I will never forget. I'm such an asshole, right? You can fly over the wall with the dozer and start a new base. No. That was closed off. Okay, but anyway, let's look at the next map here. We've got Wrath of Sin. Was it? No, Wrath of Sin is the maker. Was it Dawn of Wrath? Wrath of Dawn, I think. Wrath of Dawn. Sorry if I missed the map name. People can go back in the stream and see it. Right, so we got an oil here, got a supply here, and 3. Right, I remember. The last feedback I gave doesn't seem to have been implemented at all. So I think we've already seen this map. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've already seen it. Yeah, none of the feedback I gave has been implemented. So I've already played this map. So we're just going to give it a skip. And we'll go to your favorite camping map. Well, that's a very interesting name there. I hope it's sarcastic. Who uploaded that? Your favorite camping map is by 69 SRAM. Is I think he was in the chat, right? Was he in the chat? All right. So let's see. Our favorite camping map. It's not that campy. Okay, at least good. Although I would love to see some bridges here. Just saying. Okay, so let's have a look at this map.
Unit lost.
Okay. Oh, wait. These are different heights. Well, again, you know, this is what I'm talking about. You get different mappers, new mappers. You get new concepts, new ideas. This is something we haven't really seen in this form, right? Looks kind of cool. I would definitely suggest adding a bridge, though. That would be sick, right? So I always talk about map flow and shit. If you give players a lot of opportunities and possibilities to attack, it's good, man. People like it. Let's see. So you have your 2 oils in the back. They're very much in the back. And I can't disagree with that. So right now, the only army who has an easy time taking this out is... Come on, people in the chat. Come on. Which army is going to have an easy time taking this out of the enemy, right? So your army, blah, blah, and you want to take this out. Which army is going to be the only army that's going to have a great time? Come on. People in the chat. Tell me. Come on. Tell me. Do it. Okay, there's probably a stream delay. Air Force. Okay, they're going to love it because they just fly in from the back with wraps, shoot it down. Or Comanche, shoot it, blow it up, boom, gone, right? So yeah, there is that. So maybe, since we're starting here, you could put maybe one oil here. No, wait, one oil here, one oil here, right? So you can at least put some anti-air around it, because like this, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work. China, says Dr. Place. Okay, I facepalm there. Although actually with the licks, and even with MiGs, you could actually do that. Fine. Everybody's trolling now, man. Everybody's trolling. Artillery. Yeah, that's a fair point. Artillery could take it out. So could an A-10. But I kind of meant like with wraps and shit. But it's fine. Yes. Tank General. Yes. Thank you, Fury. Thank you. So yes, I would suggest changing that. Over here, we have something that can be abused. I said this a couple times so far. Which is, if you're China or a GLA, because it applies to only China and GLA, you can... Oh, the Helix Flamer tactic. Okay, fine. Yes, fine. You can put a supply center here. You can put a supply center here. Maybe even put a supply center here. So like that, you can collect from these two with the top supply center, these two from the middle supply center, and these two from the bottom supply center, and bam! Triple supply on one bunch of piles. Versus a USA that's just going to have, at best, one Chinook collecting here, one Chinook collecting there. So avoid this, okay? If you want to put a lot of money here, 8 of these suckers is literally the exact same value as a supply dock. It's roughly the same size too. Just put a second supply dock if you kind of have these things in mind, things like that. Okay, so let's see what else. I kind of want to build up a base here and kind of get a feel for how big it is.
Let's build.
So yeah, I know I'm zoomed in.
Let's make some improvements. Let's build.
Let's just build a bit of a base, just a bit.
That one's done. Always ready.
I did 50k, lol.
Yeah.
Good.
What's the mission, sir? Special
So
forces
I
here.
take my
Search and
oils.
destroy. Need a delivery, General? Any more projects?
cncHD, you legend.
Upgrade complete.
You guys seeing that in the chat? Yeah, I don't think I can even say that word. But yes, it looks like a symbol that represents something from a very famous war. Yes. Famous in a bad way. But yes, it does, it does kind of look like it. Only a little bit though. Only a little bit.
Upgrade complete.
Personally, I'll be honest, my opinion of it doesn't bother me. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, it looks like that. Like get offended over it. But I get what you mean. Yep, 3CG got it. Okay, so let's have a look here. Okay, so the map is kind of biggish-ish. Let me just... I don't know why I'm getting the upgrades. Don't question. The guy with the mustache. Yes, the guy with the mustache.
Always prepared.
Okay, so what I would say is if you move these oils here, maybe also close off like this section or something, like to make the base a little smaller. So you take this and everything to the right of the line, you just make it impossible terrain and you do something. I don't know, cover it in rocks or something. Or create another layer that's lifted, that's clearly walls you can't pass, right? Something like that, just diagonal. Make the base a little smaller. And on this side, you put a bridge. On this side, you put a bridge. Make it more, like, engaging, the map. Got a tower here. It seems okay. I don't know, let's see. Over here again, you got a lot of small piles. Avoid it. And the extra oil here is probably already enough. I don't think you need more piles. If you have a supply here, that's already fine. So you have one main supply here. You put a second supply here. I know generally I say the thing with the Chinooks. But since you have the building here, I think it's okay. I think you're just forcing USA to get this building and to start defending. And getting the building already makes things so easy to protect the Chinooks. Just make sure that you put the bridge over here, all right? Not over here. Not over here. Over here. So that when there is a bridge, the Chinooks won't get shot. Because otherwise, it's very lame. Because you could just literally take the bridge, park a quad over here, and the USA is constantly trying to defend himself, okay? So yeah, I would say keep that in mind. So yeah, just remove this cache. Love the grass huts, I always do. But they're in firing range of each other, so it's not as useful. Maybe put the grass hut on this side. Right? If you're gonna remove this money, just oof. Also, one thing I gotta check.
Come on in. Let's go for it.
Which is
Special forces here.
the distance Can they hit the oil? Okay, I don't have search and destroy. Yes, they can. Not sure how I feel about that. I think that might be a little too OP. So let's destroy that. It's the same over here. Yeah. I think that might be a little OP. So if you're going to remove these supplies, just move the oil slightly to the right. Okay, honestly, this is pretty much max range of... Look at that. Look at that. I'm force firing. This is the max distance they can fire. So if you were to move this oil just a little bit so it's in the center, because it's not in the center. Look, this is the center, right? If it's in the center, they actually can't fire it. And if they can fire it, move it a bit to the side. Come on, like, you know, and put the grass hat on this side. I think that'll be fine. Regards camping, if you add the bridges, map is fine, honestly. I don't think there's anything wrong. I think it's quite cool, actually. The very middle is a bit strange. That definitely needs to be talked about. But let's see what people are saying in the chat. Ayman says, also asymmetrical organic map looks better. Well, still symmetrical. But yeah, you got some asymmetric shapes, I guess. It looks a little different. And yeah, it does look nice. It looks cool. Let's see what else. Hey, Markar! How you doing, man? Hope you're okay, because I saw you stream. You were having a hard time. They were punishing you severely for you being you, right? Is Markar streaming right now? I have no idea. He was streaming, but I don't know if he's still streaming. Yeah, so the very middle... The very middle... No, this is not good. So, not only do you have a ton of small cash piles, you also have it surprisingly covered with huts. Which is just going to annoy the players, because they're in the middle to try and get the money, and you're like, lol, nope, and you build a wall of huts. Get rid of it. Get rid of, I don't know, the whole middle needs to be something else. To be honest, because of the pathways, they're already... I wouldn't say they're narrow, but you don't want to make them smaller. That is the best way I can describe it. So if you put something in the middle, look how tiny these openings become, right? So... And also, I think this is a bigger distance than this. So that is something that needs to get fixed. You might just want to put one big oil refinery in the very middle. That's it. So people can run around, do their things. And if you really want to be a nuisance, I don't know. Maybe an artillery platform? I don't know. I generally don't like artillery platforms too much. I know that I say that. So I don't know if you should. But one oil refinery is probably enough. Yeah. It does kind of leave you with not that much money on the map, though. So your second supply is kind of important. I guess you do start with 2 oils, right? So 2 oils, 2 supplies. I guess it's a decent amount of money. I guess the goal of this map would then be take the money of your enemy, right? Because he's got an oil here. He's going to have 2 oils in the back. So in that sense, yeah, I think the map will be interesting to play in that sense. It might, in fact, become a bit bunkery. It might. But you're always going to have a player who's a bit more active than the others. And that guy will then get a second island. And then he'll become very powerful. So overall, I think it's okay in that sense. Regarding texturing, you've done some very creative shit. Gotta say, I love, for example, this, right? Where you have the grass with this very close... very close to the grass, you got this weird yellow-greenish sand. And then a normal sand. And then another normal sand. That's very cool. I love this. Over here, where it's more like the toxic spill, because I know this is the toxic spill texture. That's how I know, right? Because I'm a mapper, so like I know these things. This is still okay, but you might want to add an extra texture here. So you have the grass one, you got a toxic spill, put one in between, and then it's fine. Or just have many patches like this. That actually looks really nice as well. This thing, what you've done here with the layers, I think it's cool. I think it's cool, honestly. I think it's quite interesting. One thing I would maybe suggest, but it's just a minor suggestion, to try and give the map a bit more character and a bit less rigidity, is to add like a beach thing on this, right? Just a little bit. Maybe I should actually show it in the world builder, because it might not carry across otherwise. Just give me a second here. What was the name of the map? I keep forgetting the names, guys. It was... Your favorite camping map. That was it. Okay, so let me switch screens again. Okay. So you guys can see. So what I would do... I don't know what you have the water level set at. Let me have a look. The water level is 4. Okay, so that's very low. It's okay. Yeah. Thank you, World Builder. Is it like this? Yeah, okay. So check this out, right? This kind of stuff I'm talking about. So let me put this 2 and 2. So let me just try and emulate a little bit of what I'm suggesting you can do. Let's see, height 3 maybe. Okay, I'm just trying to emulate it. Okay, and we can maybe even put 4. Oh wait, whoops, 4. All right, so that would be that. We'll put 5. Yeah, but my brush is too big. Okay, I'm almost done, guys. I'm almost done. Just kind of want to give an idea of how this could look. Now I need to see the height of this, which you can see here in the bottom. Okay, it's going to tell you height when you hover over it. So it says height is 10. So now I need to match 10 feet, which is... Right. 14 then? 15, 16. Right. So I do... Just give me a second, guys. Just kind of want to... There we go. I think this is how he had it. Something like this. I'm not exactly doing it how he had it, but I'm just trying to get the point across as well of what would be nice to add a bit of character to the map, because now you have a lot of rigidity going on. I'm not doing a great job, but you get the point, right? Something like this. We have like a bit of sand and beach, and you could even lift this a little bit more. People will know that they can't go over it, right? So like a little bit more in the corners especially. And then introduce like waves. Add a few waves. I think that would be nice. Honestly, I think it will really pop. Because what you've got going here, very creative, very original. So if you have just a bit of that extraness, like now there's just like the deep blue, right? But if you add like waves and things like that, that's great. Also, I'm not hearing any sounds. Please put sounds. Or are there? Yeah, there are a few. You could do with more. You were basically an island. Put water sounds, you know? But yeah, I think that would wrap up this map. I think it's pretty cool. Let's see, that was by... Who was that by? That was by 69 SRAM or SRAM? Or I don't know how you say his name, I apologize. But yeah, okay, so that's finally all the 4-player maps. Oh my god. We still have so many to go for. I actually don't know if I'll manage to do all these. So, yeah, apologies. Aqua Paradise we did in the very beginning, right? So I don't need to do that. Let's see how long we've been streaming, because I gotta go sleep soon as well. It's almost midnight for me. Streaming probably like maybe 2.5 hours or so. Alright, so let's see. This map is... Was it by JHG? I already forgot. Let me check. Yeah, JHG Battle Between Them version 3. Alright, let's have a look. Alright, so you got your supply. We got 2 oils here. Ooh, this is interesting. Not sure if... I gotta check that. Can a ranger walk past that or not? And is that the plan of the mapper? Is this done on purpose? Because a tank for sure can't go there, can't go through. In fact, I could test it with my dozer. Let's build barracks.
New construction.
I'm not sure how I feel about something like this either. Yeah, the dozer can't. A ranger also can't. The problem with this is that you cannot defend the oil. So if you take this oil, you cannot defend it. The guy on the other side, he's got a flamer, he's gonna flame it. You know, or it's just, there's no way to defend this. So, yeah, I'm... oh, the camera's drunk, right. Yeah, there we go. Thank you for telling me. Okay, all sorted. So, this oil, don't know if you guys could see, you can't walk past it. Not even with infantry. It's generally not good because if I capture this oil and this guy's China, he will just flame it. Why not? Super easy to do. So generally, I'd avoid it. So probably the best thing you can do is take this section, what I've highlighted, and just shove it over to the left. So you have at least like this much walking space, at least, bare minimum. So if you don't want people to start building things here, at least give enough space for like 3 Humvees and an Ambo to pass without any real issue, right? That is definitely something you got to keep in mind. We've got the piles here. It's favoring the GLA and China a little bit more. USA is going to have a bit of a harder time getting that. Also, we got a long, narrow passage here, so definitely shove this over to the left. So this long, narrow passage becomes maybe this long, so it's not as long anymore. And then it's a bit more okay. And maybe open this up, widen this, like this, what I've highlighted, make that all movable terrain, so you can walk into the enemy's base a little easier. This actually reminds me a lot of a map by 3CG, the 7-player map. The one that we didn't allow into the 7-player map contest because he made it literally right before the map contest went live. I forgot the name of that one. 3CG, you're in the chat. You know which one I mean, right? It was very similar in style where you had like a long passage like this. Although this one from JHD I think is slightly bigger than the one that 3CG had. But it's still quite narrow and long. Generally, it's good to avoid. Single oil, 1 supply. I think supply is 30k, right? The standard. Yeah. I'm wondering if USA is in trouble on this map. There is a lot of oil in the middle, though. I think what would have been nicer is if you remove these cash piles and put an oil, an oil, an oil like that. Because now you have 4 oils very close together. And the distance the ranger has to travel to the oil, or a red guard has to travel to the oil. I mean, he's gonna... his feet are gonna have blisters by the time he arrives. It's very far. If you put it here, the oil, but outside of the range of the bunkers, I think that might make things a little more interesting for the USAs, because then they can choose, they can get their main oil. They can choose to get 1 oil here, 1 oil here. Most likely, at least one of those will get denied, and they can try and get these oils too, of which most likely 1 will get denied. But then at least they have a bit more, like, possibilities, like, things they can try out and do. The GLA and the China will probably just try and secure this, which, fair enough, but I'm not even really that against it, because you're somewhat close to the player here, so it helps with the flow, where a player is going to get the supplies here, get a war factory up, and start attacking. And the USA will need to get, like, Humvees out and stuff, and he can try and deny that. So there's reason for conflict, essentially, which is good. Yeah. 3CG says, I don't know the name anymore, just another drop map. Aww. Well, it was alright. That wasn't a bad map. Just some changes here and there would probably be alright, I think, for a 7-player map. It was cool. Anyway, yeah, let's see. You've got a lot of piles here. I think if you place the oils down below here, so that would be in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 oils in total here. Oh my god. You could probably... I was thinking you could probably put supplies in the middle. Maybe what you could do is you could flatten these mountain areas, and wherever the oils are, just put 3 piles. Or 4 piles, probably, because it is an 8-player map, so people want money. And just oils ain't gonna cut it, son. Ain't gonna cut it. So, yeah, if you do that, that's fine. Maybe remove the oil refinery to create a little bit more movement space for armies and things. And yeah, I think that would be okay. You will still have a lot of dead space, essentially like this. I don't know if that's so bad. To be honest, we'd have to see some games being played on it. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say about this one, I guess. Overall, I think it's an okay concept. It could work. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Alright, let's go to the next one. The middle looks fun here, says 3CG. Yeah, but I don't know about 4 oils, though. I don't know about 4 oils. I mean, could be. I don't know. I'm not convinced about the middle, but I do think it's good to swap out the small supply piles for oils, just to kind of help people with their bases if they're USA. Like, I would say that. This one we covered. Let's go to B52V1. And I think B52V2 just got uploaded, so I might as well just do that and show you version 2 instead. I'm not sure if 3CG has retracted the first version or whether he already received feedback. But let's see. So, there we go. Magically, we've got version 2, and it's all different. Wait, is this the desert map? Is this the desert map? No, I think this is something else. Alright, let's see.
Unit lost.
Okay, so let's see what we have here. We've got main supply. We've got 3 supply piles here. Again, 3 supply piles. Gotta be careful. If USA gets this, Chinooks will get attacked from this side. Maybe swap the oil and the supply. And there you go. Problem solved. Would be an easy fix, I guess. This is a bit narrow. Maybe from this point, already start softening the ground so you can start going in, or maybe even a bit more here. Because now, like, even one demo trap can basically hold back whatever's coming. You just build a demo trap here, and whatever's coming in will just die to it. So yeah, maybe a bit bigger. It's going to be hard to move an army through here at this stage. See, this is nice and big and open. Like it. I've got an oil here. To be honest, yeah, if you put the oil here, it'll be all nice and cutesy because you got an oil here and oil here. They're like looking at each other. Shit like that. I think it's cool. This is nice and big. So I like the opening. So yeah, basically a player has access to a max of 4 oils and their base supply. So obviously players will want to go for this because it's worth more compared to this. Oh, nice. Yeah. I recognize this. Wait, let me fix the camera. There we go. I recognize this. I recognize it. All right. Got some piles here. Again, for the USAs, it's a no-no. They can't collect it. So I would avoid doing that. Yeah, let me think about this one. Also, if you start here... Yeah, no, these corners are fine. These corners are... Well, yeah, the corners are fine. They're a bit small, though, the corners. So basically, it's quite clear the middle is not really going to be that big of a fighting ground sort of a thing. Honestly, what I think you should just do is what you've done here in this section all the way around. All the way around. Screw it. All the way around. I think that might be better. And then the supplies probably stay where they are. Because, you know, if you have Chinooks collecting and your supply centers here, they're collecting here. If you get attacked from down below, it's a real nuisance to go and save your Chinooks and vice versa. So if you have like collecting here, right? If it's all flat, if it's all accessible, you can attack in a little bit more like that. Regarding the middle, though, I don't know what else could be added. Maybe if you connect all this, maybe you can make like small obstacles, like a little archway, like no, not archway, arcs, that's the word. An arc that goes like this, like a small little mountain thing, maybe, and put one on all 4 just to kind of have some sort of walling off that it's not all too open. And yeah, probably replace this with a normal supply dock because there's so many small crates. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I like it. I very much like the layout between the players. The middle, yeah, it's just something that needs to be slightly reworked. Just doesn't quite feel right, you know? Like, it's cool what you did. It's cool, but these entrances are just a little too small. The money is a bit of a problem for the USAs particularly. And even for like a tank general, right? Because if a guy's here with a Scud launcher, he'll just destroy this. So yeah, things, something like that. Keep in mind. But for the rest, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's open in the places where it should be. Like I said, just open this up a bit, open this up a bit. I think it's a very nice map. Not much else to say here, I think. Anybody in the chat got any ideas? Any things they want to add? I don't know. I think it's pretty good. cncHD says huge potential with this map. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think so. Just the middle. Something needs to happen. And that's the thing with 3CG. We've asked him so many times, like, hey, dude, can you rework the middle? But then eventually he just gets it. He gets this golden formula somehow, and he just makes it work. So, no, very good. Very good map. All right, let's go to Forgotten Valley version 3. Did I see this one? Is TKLyo still here? Or did he go to bed? Because I know it's late for him as well. And it's just a Wednesday. For me, it's late. It's freaking tomorrow already. But let's see, were there any changes? Yeah, there are. He's added more walls, I think. So the biggest thing is, I mean, look how beautiful this map, right? Even this, cool idea, man. Just put a bridge, why not? Maybe not have the ground go over the bridge there, like, but I like the idea. It's cool. Oh, the bridge is for the bikes, isn't it? Oh, the bridge is for the bikes. Wow, wait, I need to test that. I want to see if that works. I'm here, it's 6 a.m. Oh my god, respect to you, man, respect. I'm sorry I couldn't stream earlier. Believe it or not, I actually tried. Remember I told you, oh yeah, I'm gonna stream in the morning. Yeah, that didn't happen. Life, man, life. For those of you wondering, like, why I've been having some shorter streams lately and things like that, it's just life, man. Just so many things to do. All right, so let's see while this builds up. Yeah, I like these arches. Really love it, man. I think it's so cool. You got another wall here. I think it's okay. Yeah, the base definitely just feels smaller when you just insert a wall like this. Right? I don't know. What you've done here with the wall, I like it. But there's still, like, a lot of places that have... Like, particularly the middle. Like, this still has a lot of space. You could maybe put some walls there as well. But anyway, let's have a look. If we can do this. Let's see. Oh, you can go through there. He goes across the bridge. Oh, this is sick, man. Yeah, this is what I was talking about before. Okay, he's getting a bit stuck. Maybe he needs a bit of help. Let me just... There we go. Just click a couple times. That is cool, man. I love that. Right? And this is what I was saying before, because you have... oh, you put a bridge here as well. Lol. So before... Didn't you have that there was no water here or something? And you could... Oh. Yeah. So there is this with bridges. You gotta be careful. Yeah. So you'll have to... I know it's annoying. And yeah, annoying. You have to check every bridge to make sure this doesn't happen. So this guy can't go on this side bridge. Let me see if he can go on the other side. Yeah, here it's fine. And he can pass. So, like... Come on. Okay, now he can. Okay, so that is something... I think 3CG has a nice solution with bridges, I think. Like, he had a nice way of how to do it. I forgot what it was. But... I don't know if he's still here. I think he is still here. But... Yeah, I don't know if there's, like, a guaranteed way that it doesn't mess up. But yeah, I like this. Let me check over here as well. Just out of curiosity. So if I do it like this... Right? Is he going? Is he going? Bike humping the bridge. Yes, lots of bike humping going on. Yeah, but sometimes, I guess sometimes it's a game. You just need to give a little bit of a push. There might be water here. A little too much water, maybe. Let's go. Yeah, okay, now he did it. Alright. Okay, you go over the bridge. Yes, you can. I don't know. I think this is really cool. And some people will not expect this. And some people are going to get their dozers stolen this way, man. And I'm looking forward to it. Oh, that is so cool. Anyway, let's check out the rest of the map. So this makes the bases a little smaller. I like it. I don't think the base is too big now, honestly. By adding that extra wall. I don't know why. It just feels smaller. Maybe gameplay-wise it'll be different. And also that this is pass-through. I think is really cool. The middle, though, is still massive. Look at this. Look at all the space I've highlighted and where you can and cannot build. It's huge. Maybe just build like a random fort. Like 4 walls coming together or something. Like this. Like maybe not perfectly 90 degrees either. Like something like this. That might be nice. Just saying. So you'll have to do the math on the angles and shit. This, I still don't like this. I know you're adamant on keeping this, but I still don't like it. It doesn't feel like it's supplies. It hides too well, okay? This is supplies. This, it hides too well. I think it's because you don't see the shine of the lights and the red dots, right? I think that's it. Just mentally, right? When somebody looks at it. TKLyo says I did it before. Yeah, so with the bridges, it's just a bit of messing around until it works. If it can work every time on every bridge, then it's fine. You know, if he starts humping the floor, you gotta give him a bit of help. That's fine too. That's okay. One thing though, actually, now that I'm looking at it, over here you have to enter from the absolute corner, and you come out at the absolute corner. Over here, you kind of still close-ish to the defense. Maybe you want to get a bridge going here and a bridge going here, like so. You cover the water here, and you cover the water here, like that. If you know what I mean. Because this might be too close. If I'm an infantry and I have an outpost here, and there's a Jarman on a bike, it might just still get revealed. And you hear the bike. You heard it, how much it was messing around. And what did I select? Oh, yeah. It is the fishes. Does it even say fish where you hover over it? Let me see. No, it doesn't hover. It doesn't tell me anything. So yeah, I would suggest that. For the rest, yeah, I don't know. It's just so much space here. And the rocks I don't really like, and the artillery platform I don't really like. But like I said, I'm just one guy. I am not representative of what the judges are going to do. But they might look at this and be like, I don't like it. Or maybe they just don't care, right? So there's always that. You always have your creative freedom. The 4 piles and 4 piles, don't know how I feel about it. Probably better just to have 4 supply docks, or... Let me think about this one. Because you've got supply docks here already. Is more supplies really needed? Maybe just like oil, 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 and remove all the supplies. Maybe. I don't know. The thing is, the map is actually kind of big, so you have a big middle by default. So, yeah. I don't know. Not sure how I feel about the middle. Generally like this. I think there's just too many supplies, and that's just heavily favoring a GLA. Everybody else kind of screwed, kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Unless there's a China that's snowballing their way to the middle. They could maybe succeed, but again, the USAs will always be left behind in situations like this. They'll have to fight and try and secure this. And then maybe they'll secure this. And I mean, this whole middle, yeah. I don't know, maybe. The map is big, so there is a chance that people just don't go for it because they're too busy fighting each other. I don't know. Don't know how I feel about the middle. I know that's basically probably what I should give most feedback on, considering the stage the map is at, but I don't know. Maybe check in with Goldfish, see what he says, or somebody else. Yeah. Another fun thing might be, it's just an idea. Don't know if it'll mess up the map, though. It's if you put a bridge from here to here. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Could be fun. I don't know. I don't know. Again, check in with some other people as well. But, like, look at this, man. The map is beautiful, man. It's amazing. My idea is a lot of cash forces people to go to the middle, and therefore a huge war. Yes, but also, like, I get your point, but that sort of disrupts the players from what they want to do as well, I think. Like, if you have to make a choice... Like, people generally want to attack each other, in most cases. If everybody kind of goes middle, or a chunk of people go middle and just sit there and bunker. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I guess we need to playtest more, but I do suspect, like, adding these bridges things, or the fortifications, whatever they're called, the walls, is definitely a big improvement, because it kind of just distorts this giant open field, and now it's a bit less easy to build. You know, you can't build just, like, 20 airfields. You can say, like, okay, I can build 1 airfield here, I can build maybe 1 airfield here, like, things like that. It's fine. You got 6 supply piles here. Could theoretically get abused. You can get 1 supply center, but that's about it. But I don't know. It doesn't really bother me as such, because there's kind of, like, a lot of money all over the place. Like, there's oil, 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 oil. So there are just a lot of possibilities, I guess, which is good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much to say, just apart from the middle. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, more walls, like in between these supplies, and further towards the middle, like somewhere here. I think would be nice, just to kind of distort that giant open field again. That is not too much like that. Sims R Us says, so your feedback is to ask somebody else. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know what would work well. I'm just guessing maybe some oils here. But yeah, for the rest, the map looks great. I don't think there's anything to say regarding visuals. Just maybe the mountains here. It's just a bit plain-ish. Like, I can see you've done a little bit, but it's still just a little bit, right? It's just a little bit. Like, it could be nicer. Like, I mean, you have this whole section, essentially. All this water is, like, for you to play with, decoration-wise. Whatever you want to do. So, you can definitely play around with the mountains in some of the areas. This, okay, fine. It's maybe a little more difficult. Or here, it's more difficult. Fine, I get that. But down here, you could definitely go crazy and see what you can sort of do that looks nice that you can carry across to other parts of the map as well. Like, here you have water, but it doesn't need to be just pure water. You can actually expand the mountains just a little bit. It's like you got, like, 3 puddles of water here with a lot of mountain in between. You could do that, essentially, as well. Just remember, though, if you do put, like, land connections between this side and this side, like, let's say you do that over here, a bike can pass, so ideally make that the same on all sections then, right? Just putting it out there. Let's see. I don't like walls. Maybe houses to bunkers better, says Lord Lucy. Okay, so about that. If you put bunkers, you can actually man them, right? And that's a bit of a problem because they actually have a function, gameplay function. Like, this building is not just a cute little windmill thing. It is a weapon of war, all right? If you put a load of buildings, they have to be very clear to the player that they cannot man them. These walls, it's very clear you cannot man them. And to be honest, it's a very green style map. And on the walls themselves, you got like those plants and stuff. So aesthetics wise, for me, yeah, I think it fits. So personally, I think it's cool. I think it's nice. It is, in theory, it's a bit strange. You got a wall just coming out of nowhere. I get that. I get that point. But it adds more to the gameplay than it takes away from somewhere else, in my opinion. And what it takes away is very little, negligible. You can ignore it. It's fine. So yeah. So I guess that's my feedback. Maybe here the ramps are a bit too ramp-like. Like, maybe start a little sooner with the ramp and end a little later. Like, blend it a bit more. Make it look less like you use the ramp tool and just textured it, because that's kind of what it looks like right now. You know, especially like on these side ramps, you see it a lot because from the viewing angle, right? Yeah. Also, the map's perfectly flat, I think. You can add a little tiny geometry lifts here and there that don't interfere with building, and don't interfere with units either, but just kind of create like a slightly different look and feel. But of course, like, these are tiny tidbits of information. You don't really need to. Yeah, that's okay. All right, so let's go to a Gladiator Colosseum. Oh my god, we got so many still. Oh my god, I don't think I'm gonna do it, man. I don't think I'm gonna manage. I'm gonna do Gladiator Colosseum and I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna get ready for bed as well after this. So I know it's been a little annoying and I know it's just been feedback, but even with the feedback, it's just too much, man. I actually have my live stream. You know what? This is what we're gonna do. I have my live stream on Friday. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll try and do all 6 8-player maps on the live stream. How's that? So I will check out Gladiator Colosseum as the last map for tonight. Gladiator Colosseum by... Let's have a look. I know I've been going alphabetically and not in the order that people posted, so I don't know if there's some guy who's been waiting for ages, still didn't get it, so my apologies for that. But guys, I'm really trying my best to make everything work here. You know, IRL things and otherwise. Okay, so we got Assassin. This one's by Assassin. Let's have a look.
Unit lost.
I don't know if these buildings interfere with planes. Let's quickly test that. So you gotta be careful. There are some buildings. Goldfish knows which ones, so you can message him. cncHD says next year 300 maps. Get ready for it. Well, yeah, man, you're gonna have to stream them as well. Otherwise, we're not gonna manage. Oh my god.
Bring on the scaffolding foundation.
Lord Lucy says, like the stream, guys. If not, Leggy will get bad dreams. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Okay, so I think this messes up a carpet bomber. I'm not sure, but let's test. So we get the carpet bomber. Carpet bomber is going to come from this side of the map or down below. Either way, it's going to have to traverse over these buildings. And I'm going to just carpet bomb somewhere here. We'll see. Build faster! Wait, I could change the FPS. I'm too lazy. I'll just wait.
more
There
projects?
we go. Let's see if it messes it up. Yeah, you see this? You see this? This is what I'm talking about. Yeah. So, Assassin, if you're watching, I bet you didn't expect to see a B-2 bomber dancing away like this. But there are some buildings out there that have this kind of problem. So, TKLyo in the chat earlier today. Here, look. And then eventually it drops it. But it's been doing this now for, what, a fucking minute? So, it's useless. It's look at the timer. It's already a third of the way done. So, yeah. TKLyo in the chat earlier today said that he has a fix for the skyscraper. So the skyscraper is another building that sort of does this. So I don't know how he did it, but maybe just message TKLyo. He's in the Discord as well. He's a cool guy. I'm sure he's going to help you out. But maybe talk to him. Maybe he has a solution for this. Also, what I want to say is that this, again, is a huge building. Like, maybe find a smaller one. Or did he elevate it even? I don't know. But you can lower it a bit as well, because it's covering a bit of the view space. Right? Oh, you have it on this. I see. You have it on a platform. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe lower the platform a little bit, because now, let's see how I can... Let's see. Over here. Just want to see. Okay, actually, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's a little bad. It's not that bad. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Maybe lower it just a tiny bit, because look, it does get a little in the way of, like, when I'm looking at the Chinooks. Let me put normal view. This is around normal zoom. Like, it's a bit in the way. Just a bit. So lower it a bit, and that will already help a lot. Okay, so let me sell my stuff so I can look at the map.
Low power. Unit lost.
Okay, so we have two supplies that are 15k and 15k. So combined, that's the same as one starting pile. It's just you can now collect twice as fast. We got some piles here. Again, the USA issue, because I'm pretty sure Chinook collecting from here can get shot from either side. So what you'll need to do probably is like this. Instead of it going perfectly straight down like this, make it go down like this. And over here, make it go like this. So that over here, the Chinooks can happily collect without getting screwed over. Something like that. If you spawn buildings by script, you can avoid that by, it says 3CG. Then you can move right through. It must be scripted though. Yeah, you can script. That's fine. That's fine. You can do scripts as long as they don't change gameplay. That is literally the only real condition. So if you have a script... No, okay, there are two conditions. One is gameplay. The other one is distraction. Don't distract players and don't alter gameplay. Well, yeah, let's continue. You have the grass hut on the wrong side. Definitely put the grass hut over here. Let's see. Remove the water because you're closing the space way too much. We've got an oil here. What I would suggest you do is open this up a bit more, because this is very narrow. Open this up, and that way this oil gets more accessible as well. Move the oil a bit to the right, so you forked off the sand here, so put it literally here in the fork. You might be like, oh man, Legionnaire, what's the difference of literally this tiny bit? Trust me, guys, it makes a difference. It does, especially if you open this up a little bit, it'll make a difference. Got a tower over here, that's fine. The middle here... Not too sure what to think about that. Wait, did I destroy this? Yeah, I carpet bombed it. Lol. Yeah, so right now... Also, I would probably hint at cutting off this section here. Like, let the middle begin around here. Don't keep going until it's super duper narrow, because then again, you get one guy with a 1 EMP Patriot, covers the whole entrance, and this is the main entrance. So, like... I don't know, at least something like this. What I have selected in my box now, that should all be passable land and not cliff from here onwards. That will leave you with a big middle. So I would suggest you put some of these crates a little closer here, and maybe 3 crates per player, or 2 crates per player. The supply piles, small supply piles, might be good. For the rest, yeah, I think it's fine. I think distance between the players is good. Map size probably good as well. Yeah, just this thing with the buildings you got to check out. I get what you're going for. And oh lol, look at this. Is that a hot dog stand? Oh man, I could do with a hot dog. I didn't even have dinner today, guys. I didn't even have dinner. Anyway, yeah, but what you're doing here, perfectly fine. Like, you can definitely use like these corners for decorative things. You've gone for a bit of a stadium sort of look and feel. That's fine as well. Yeah, that's all good. Nothing wrong with that. As long as, you know, gameplay doesn't get interfered and shit, and it's not distracting. It's perfectly fine. C corner is something here. Which one? The left bottom corner? Or inside the building? Because this, I think this is like the only building where you can look inside, so people sometimes play shit inside, just for the lols. But yeah, I think this is fine. It's cool. My guess is if you go for a big bombastic structure like this, just kind of keep that theme going all the way in all the corners. Also, you could probably just delete all the buildings to the left of the stadium thing, because they just start showing weirdly in the black part of the map. Yeah, I guess that's about the feedback I can give for the map. Looks like a good one, man. Honestly, looks like a good one. Assassin, well done. Good job. Go cold delivery. I know, man. I'm fucking starving. But if I'm gonna go to sleep, man, I'll just go to sleep hungry. It's okay. Wait, what was it? Lord Lucy says, like, give a like, otherwise Leggy goes to bed hungry. Ask your cat to hunt you something. Man, if I ask my cat to hunt me something, he will probably just, I don't know. He'll probably just sit there and stare at me. He'll be like, what? Or he'll just come close to me and say, I want cuddles. I'm not gonna move until I get some. Alright, let's see. So tomorrow, no, not tomorrow, Friday, we'll check out Lost Cause. We have Mount Pinatubo, Philippines version 3. We've got Persian Gulf conflict. Oh, this looks cool, actually. Restruction Station. Oh, I'm very curious about this. Unknown and Wartime Circle. You know what? I can't help myself. I want to see this. Whenever I saw the, like, when I first saw the name, I was like, oh my god, it's a Destruction Station remake. I'm very curious. Yeah, it's a balanced one, man. Yeah, I even said it. Like, you can take Destruction Stations and do Destruction Station, do a proper remake, and it could still win. And it looks like that's what the guy's going for. But I'm not gonna give feedback and stuff. I'm just curious. That's awesome, man. It's awesome. I will not sleep hungry. I can't sleep hungry, says Fury. Oh, I'm great at sleeping hungry, man. I don't know if you guys can already hear my voice, but my body's like, it's like shutting down. No, for me, it's the other way around. If I eat, I will stay awake until 6 a.m. But anyway, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's not been the most exciting stream of all. I get that. But I'm sure you also get that, yes, this needed to happen. We needed to give some feedback for the mappers. There were a lot of maps. And I still didn't even get through all of them. We got all through all the 4-player maps. There's still a bunch of 8-player maps. I will check those out on Friday. Or at least I will try to. I will try my freaking best. And if I don't manage, I will probably do what I did now. Just kind of review them and do it like that. Because, yeah. Again, like what cncHD said, he's absolutely right. The quality and the competition this year has definitely gone up. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see which maps are going to win, right? We got 3 winners for the 4-player category, 3 winners for the 8-player category, and we're going to have a winner for the most beautiful map. So it's going to be nice. And yeah, I will hopefully see you all on Friday. So that's going to be it for me, guys. Good night and see ya.